besides this. This is obviously going to be, if you want to know what really happened, you need to watch this. This is the only place you're going to get this type of interview or
I don't really know what this is, but I didn't do it. I'm innocent, Judge. I'm not guilty. I'm innocent.
We, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, find the defendant Matthew L. Moore not guilty of murder as he stands charged in count 1 of the indictment.
Away, the tail light is well intact. And all of that is not going to hold on.
Elvis has left the building. It's done.
Ooh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everybody. How are we? Hope you're all well out there. Oh, that was a long intro. Shout out to Brenda Sweeney for, as always, thank you, my darling, for all those pictures. Without you, I can't do the montages. So yeah, shout out to you, Brenda. Thank you, my darling. Christine, how are you, my darling? Bailey, hello to you. Hope you're well. Donna Graves, thank you for the email yesterday. I did respond to you, but thank you so much for the email. Good morning, Sir Delan. I hope you've rested. Absolutely needed. You have to take care of yourself first. Yeah, I'm not 100%, but it's only a morning show, so it's all good. I'm looking forward to it today. I'm looking forward. We've got some awesome people on the phone today, so I'm looking forward to it, Donna. Thank you, though. Good morning, Yaya Trucker. Sending well wishes your way. Pray you're feeling better. Thank you, Yaya. Good morning, Rhode Island. How are you, Rhode Island lady? Hope you're well as well, my darling. Sarah P's in the house. That means I got to behave now. Hello, Sarah P. Jill is fucking boiling, Jill. It's like literally a heat wave here in the UK. Hope you're well, Jill. Keep hydrated. I got this before the stream started, and I'm sinking it. Morning, Rebecca. How are you, my darling? How is West Virginia Mountain Mount? Or was it? Crap, I forgot the song. Mountain Mama. Ah, friggin' hell, spoiled it. I don't remember it. I do remember it, but Alpine, how are you? Makeup and monarchies. Hello to you, my darling. Hope you're well. Amy's in the house. Hey kids, how are you doing, Amy? You okay? David, how's it, Merthyr? But is it hot with you? It's friggin' boiling here in West Wales. I'm wondering if Merthyr's the same. Hey, Lil G, I was about to send out a search party for you. How are you? Lil G, nice to see you, my darling. Hope you're well. Lisa Reed, good morning to you, my darling. Hope you're well as well. Let's go through here. Watching this montage, I can only think about how supported Curran must feel. This is all from this week. Well, most of it is from this week as well. So they'll be going out with Proctor, Morrissey, and all them. So shout out to everybody on the protests. Is anyone going to the courthouse on Monday? Good question. I think it'd be good turnout. Nicole, hello to you. Sending lots of love from Mass. Bring in the runs. We'll see what runs Sean has got in a little bit now. I don't think he's got many runs today, actually. No, 5 jurors, only 5 jurors. It's only 5 jurors still. Tillboy says 6, but I think he means he's identified 6, but I think 5 have brought it forward. If that makes sense. Lady Me. Luby, happy birthday to you, my darling. I'm so sorry I missed it on Wednesday, but belated happy birthday to you, and I will sing to you now. So, Pam blwydd hapus I ti, Pam blwydd hapus I ti, Pam blwydd hapus I Luby G. Pam blwydd hapus I ti. Let's go, Luby. Happy birthday, my darling. Katrina, good morning to you, my darling. Do you know what? This sucks. The popcorn stuff. I have not read up on it, but I saw it on Facebook today about this popcorn stuff being stopped. The fundraiser's being stopped. That sucks. They said something about aiming it more towards kids, and it wasn't what it was meant for it. But it just means the anti-Karen Reid people have been complaining. What a bunch of beep. If the grounds is that it's supposed to be for young people or something, but it's because people have complained. Arseholes. Keith, punching above your weight, Keith. You know it. How are you doing, fella? Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. Hippie chick, hello to you. I got a little bit. Do you know what it is, right? I'll be honest with you. It's Sean similar. Sean suffered something similar. I was chatting to some people today and yesterday about it. It's, you know, when you hit the wall. So when you keep going with stuff, like it's been a few busy, probably the last 8 months for me. Obviously, little Karen Reid stuff. You know, you're working sometimes 17, 18-hour days, but doing a different stuff. And then when he stops instantly, it's like, you know, sometimes you get it when you stop, and then you just go, whoosh. I think that's what's happened to me. So, and I think that's when he you become ill and stuff like that. I just need to get back in structure. So Monday, me and Sean are back on Monday to do the whole kind of read hearing. Then we got trial hopefully starting on Tuesday for 2 weeks. So that'll be good to get some structure. I like structure. Dennis Sweeney. Dennis is going to be calling in today. Well, I'm calling Dennis. Zach, how are you? Good morning, afternoon, everybody. Nicole, I emailed them mofos this AM. I posted by email to them. There you go, Nicole. Gary, how are you, Gary? Hope you're well. Nice to see you, buddy. I'm not going to say anything, but I hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. I've not seen you for all week, so hope you're well, buddy. Dan looking handsome this morning. Let's go, Amy. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. What a pick me up that is. Let's go, Amy. Thank you. Mark Cunningham. Hey, how doing, fella? Hope you're well. Dana's another guest coming on today. So we got big hitters today. We got Sean coming on in 15 minutes. I want to say coming on, they're all going to be phone calls, by the way. Sean's not going to be on here. It's going to be a phone call. So I've got Sean coming on. I've got Larry potentially coming on. Depends if he can get an oil change for his bike. We've got Dennis Sweeney coming on. We got MJ coming on. We got Dana Leonard coming on. And we got the legend himself as well at the end. We got Peter Murphy, ex-sergeant in Canton. Peter Murphy will be coming on as well via my phone calls. So we got the who's who of guests today, coming on to give their insight into the whole thing. So yeah, I mean, look at this, Dana Leonard, celebrity. So they're all celebrities. Sport youth organisations, a community. There you go, including school sport. There you go. I knew something like that. Country roads take me home to the place where I belong. Hey, Miss Rebecca, bum, 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 take me home. Country roads. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Good morning, Dylan. Do you have AC? No, I don't. We don't have AC here. So you go. Larry's here. MJ's here. Look at the legends we got today. Good morning, Karen. How are you, my darling? Hey, Peggy. Just trying to see if we can see. I know you need water bottles here. Hey, Greg. How are you, fella? No worries, Luby. I'm sorry I missed it. That's Welsh. That's my first language. Hang on. Pronoun da, so pronoun da as well for good morning. Gag in the house. Gog in the house. Sorry, Gag, I thought you say. Gog in the house. North Walian is a Gog. I hope all is well with them. I'm okay now, Neira. Nice to see you, my darling. Long time no see. So Welsh is my first language. English is my second language. So that was Welsh. So you see. Tim, how are you? Susie and Tim, how are you both? Sarasota, hello, my darlings. Hope you're well. Terry, good morning to you. Kim, how are we doing, my darling? Hope you're well. It is a shock to the system. It is. Burnout. It is. That's what they call it, burnout. Here he is, another legend. Good morning, all. We've ain't no quit. Wait for the feds. There you go, Peter Murphy. Hey, Kirsty. See, the legends are all in chat today. Good morning, Jess. Good morning from Chicago, Underland. My 2 canine protection dogs, Athena, my Belgian, and Mal and Haid, my Dutch Shepherd, imported from Holland, say, we bite for Chloe. Let's go, Miss Jessica. Hope you're well, my darling. Just because you're getting stuff ready for the holiday. Ah, cool. Enjoy your holiday, bud. Oh, enjoy your halls. Here we go. Everyone's here. Good morning, everybody. See Lona, good morning. Thank you, Nicole. Feeling a little bit better, thank you. It's roasted in Merthyr. I'm not joking, people. I'm sat here and I need another shower just from sitting here. Jeepers creepers, I'm not used to this heat. I'm not used to the heat. So yeah, as we say, we got some guests coming in. Dana. I don't think you meant to call me Dana, no? There you go, Rebecca. Just for you, that was. Dana just butt dialed me. It's all good, Dana. It's all good. All right. We give it 5 minutes, and I'll give El Jefe a ring. Got it all lined up here. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Right, sorry. Peter Murphy, good morning, Peggy. Hey, Peter. Peter's everywhere. Peter, Dennis, all them. They're everywhere. Every protest, they're everywhere. Giant fan from TK Maxx, the way to go, Dylan. Giant fan. Yeah, I know, but it's never this. It's never this hot, Jill. Do you know what I mean? Never this hot. From it all, and hopefully get a nice tan and some great food. Happy days. Yeah, you're right, though. It is good to get away from it all. You're right. Bleach party tonight, Captain. Bleach party, eh? I want to hear more about this bleach party, Dennis Sweeney. Morning, Hillbilly. Hills Bills. Morning, everyone. Hope my fellow Brits are safe this morning on the mad riot. Yeah, so last night in Leeds, there were huge riots last night in Leeds. Hang on, let me see if I can see anything before we get El Jefe on the phone. Hang on. Ba 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 ba. So just an example for you what happened in Leeds last night, in the UK, north of England. We'll play this for a couple of minutes just so you get to see it. Oh, nice. Hey, Moxie. They burned the bus and everything. Hey, Big D Dog, how we doing, fella? Look at them, the police. Come on, Stacey. Come on, Deborah. Oil in, isn't it? Oil in. Look, Crystal. So they're rioting, right? Hang on, let me just find it. Oh. Basically, let me just mute this for a second. So Leeds riots. Police made several major disturbance in Leeds, West Yorkshire, serious disorder. Right, fine. Just trying to find where the. No, let me go back. Find. It's something to do with the family. Right, so they're not fishing. Well, some children were taken away from a family, and it all erupted. I know 5 children were taken away from their parents. I've read it somewhere, but I can't find the article now. Hang on, let me. Says what sparked it last night. Trying to find something. Yeah, it was a family incident anyway, but yeah, I don't 100% know. Let's see if there's anything on here. Whilst I do that, feel free to like the channel. We got 104 viewers, 52 likes. So please feel free to like it. Leeds riots. Let's see if she's got something for me to say here then. Oh, this is 2-minute video. 53. Thank you, John. Hey, Sally. Remove that one. I wasn't prepared to do this, so that's why I've got nothing ready. Hang on.
After a large... I just want to bring you some breaking news, and that is that a police car has been overturned and a bus set on fire after a large crowd gathered in the Hare Hills area of Leeds in what police say was an incident involving agency workers and children. More officers have been sent to the area amidst reports of disorder. Let's speak now to our correspondent Shingi Marike, who is in Leeds for us. Shingi, what more can you tell us?
Good evening, Gillian. Well, scenes of disturbance in Leeds this evening in a situation that is still ongoing and quite clearly fast moving. But these are the facts as we have them. We understand, according to West Yorkshire Police, that they were called to an ongoing incident at an address on Loxall Street in the Hare Hills area of Leeds, which is an inner city area about a mile east of the city centre. We understand that the officers attended and found an ongoing disturbance, which they say involved some agency workers and some children, before more people attended the scene, gathered in the area, and those pictures which you can see now, those pictures began to emerge over the course of the evening. We understand that a police car was flipped on its side, objects were set on fire, and in the last hour or so, a double-decker bus also appears to be on fire, and it's caused a great deal of disruption in the area. We understand that there are some road closures. A local councillor is telling people to avoid the scene as the ongoing incident builds. There is a number of people there. That damage and destruction quite evident as the situation continues to unfold. The police say so far no one has been injured, but we have seen images of a police car overturned, a bus on fire in this fast-moving situation, which West Yorkshire Police say that they are dealing with.
Okay, Shingi, thanks so much for that update. And just to say, local MP Richard Bergen, he's put out a statement saying, I'm on my way back to Leeds from Parliament and I'm in touch with the police and concerned residents about the ongoing incident in Hare Hill.
There you go. Hello, Lou. Nice to see you, my darling. Not seen you for ages. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Hang on. Right. Let's get this. So it is an incident where there was children involved. They were taken away and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know any more than that. Right, Raoul, hello to you. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, something, Senator River. Life is older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Take me home. Hang on. Right, are we ready? Thank you, Raoul. Right, because you've asked for it, let me set up Sean, and as I do that, you can listen to this. Press the like, press the like, press the like, please. Press the like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me if you liked and subscribe. Like and subscribe, everyone. Let's fucking go. Hello, people inappropriate. How are you, my darling? Right, hang on.
What's up, Dylan?
What's up, Mr. El Jefe? How are you,
Hold on.
sir?
Where the hell is this foolish thing at? I'm trying to get the. Are we live?
We're live. We're live to tape, sir. We're on the Dylan and Sean show.
I'm trying to get the speaker here. All right, Dylan, my man.
How are you?
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm well. How are you, sir? How are you feeling? You've been ill.
I'm getting a little bit. You know something? You made a good statement today.
Yeah.
About how we get involved in this thing for so many hours, right?
Yeah.
And of a day for weeks and weeks on end. And then when it all stops, right? You get this like drop. And I think our immune system gets very vulnerable because you go from 100 miles an hour to nothing, you know? But anyways, it's all good, my friend. I'm really happy to be on with you. And did you get rid of your hairdryer?
Well, I got another one.
No, you got a beautiful microphone there, buddy. I recognize that from anywhere. That's a great one.
I got two now, so I had to get it because my mic was falling apart here. It is what it is, though. It's fine. It is what it is. I'm just glad that you know. Obviously, I was telling everyone because we were supposed to do a show on your channel this week, and then you became ill.
I know.
And then
I just. You know, it's a combination of being sick, and at one point I couldn't even talk.
Yeah. And
it was like, oh man. But you know, the break sometimes. I know you were doing the trials and everything, but you know, the break sometimes is good.
Yeah.
It really is. You get to recharge. But I've seen all the people in the chat this morning. It's amazing. Everyone's still hanging in. You know, there's a lot of drama going on. You know, even though there's a lull, there's still an element out there that are wreaking havoc with the citizens of Canton.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing reports that, you know, I'm sure some of your guests will talk more about it. But, you know, this juror that now has come and says he or she is threatened, you know, because of some, you know, what could happen. Well, the problem is, it's not from the supporters of Karen Reed. The problem is the people who are against Karen Reed, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad you're saying that because obviously they're making out with Aidan and stuff like that, but Aidan's not done anything to intimidate. No. You know, as far as I'm aware, anyway. Do you know what I mean? I think we'd have heard about it if he had. Now you know this person. I'm going to put one on screen here, right? Share screen. You can't see it, but I'll read it out to you, right? This is a tweet from. Do you remember Cowboy Fan 105? I
do.
Yeah. So he put out a post, 12/34/52, about a week ago, saying, "Dear Karen Reed jurors, your jury services are complete. You have lost all rights to remain anonymous with these additional filings by the defense. We have a right to your identities as you try to circumvent the laws of our Commonwealth." So that is an anti-Karen Reed person right there, right? And he follows that up then by, let me get the other one up, because he does another post as well. Share screen. Oh, here we go. Saying, "Dear Karen," this is again a few hours ago, actually, a day ago. "Dear Karen Reed jurors, no more of this anonymous shit. Put your fucking name to it. Show your face." And David then follows it up. He's a free Karen Reed person saying, "So why? So you can send Brian Albert to teach him a lesson?" And Cowboy comes back with, "Hell yes, they will see our faces 24/7. That's again the anti-Karen Reed people threatening the jurors. So let's make no mistake, Aidan's not threatening. It's people like this Cowboy Fan who is related into the McAlberts, obviously, or is one of the McAlberts, threatening the jurors. So I think that's important to establish because I think Aidan's getting a lot of hate about it, but it's actually not Aidan. It's more these people you need to be scared of. Anonymous people hiding behind fake accounts, but we know who they are, type of thing. So, I'm not sure if you've got any thoughts at all, Sean, on any of that.
Well, and the thing is, the judge made an error, I believe, because she identified people who are being charged with witness intimidation. Well, there's only been one person, and that was Aiden Carney. I mean, let's face it. So she's kind of signaling people there, and I got all my babies here around me, the little dogs around me here. But anyways, what I was saying is, I'm hoping on Monday. First of all, it'd be great to be back with you, Dylan. I'm hoping on Monday that we get to see something settled. I'm sure Marty Weinberg will be very forceful on this and producing some kind of evidence to get this judge to have a hearing, whether it's in camera, whatever, to get to the bottom of this. Because if in fact they were that confused, and it seems like they were, even I was confused. I was really confused by these slips. And I said on one of my tweets, I think it was probably my last tweet, I said, difficult would have been for the judge to say, if you come to any decision unanimously, mark it and let us know. I mean, I think these people thought that they had to come to agreement on everything, and if they couldn't, everything was nullified. But they had 3 separate charges that they were tasked to deliberate on, okay? By all accounts, from people I've spoken to, from people who've contacted me personally, they basically came to not guilties on charge 1 and charge 3. In my book, that's an acquittal on those 2 charges, and those 2 charges should never, ever, ever be seen by Karen Reed for the rest of her life in this case.
No.
And they got to get to the bottom of it fast.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. It's a cock up. But do you think Bev is actually going to look into it? Do you know what I mean? You know what she's like? She's a control freak, and the more
it's probably about ego now with her, Dylan. Yeah. I just hope that. Well, the thing is, she's going to make a ruling. It's probably not going to be favorable. Probably, I say, if she has any conscience, she will listen to the jurors. But, the nice thing is they do have the appeal process, and there's no doubt that they will appeal it to the Supreme Court, the Judicial Court of Massachusetts. So that's definitely going to happen. I mean, and Weinberg, let me tell you, he's no fool. He's not someone to mess with. He's represented the most vicious and the most prominent. So, guy is well known.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. It's going to be interesting on Monday to see, because I imagine, or do you think that the defense are going to try and get Bev to recuse herself again for the second trial? Or they can't, I don't think, can they?
Well, it all depends how far, how in-depth her participation was with the jurors in the back room when she left. If she becomes a witness in this, it's going to be very difficult to keep her, I would say, in the game as far as her being to preside over this case. Say, for instance, whatever. Say one of the jurors said, wait a minute, she knew we came to a decision on charges 1 and 3. I mean, that's going to change the whole ballgame, because ethically, I mean, judicially, she had an obligation to basically take a time out, get back to the defense and say, wait a minute, we got to come in and settle this. So this is why it's imperative that all 12 jurors are brought in some fashion. They have to be brought in camera, closed doors, protect their identity, whatever the hell you want to do. Get to the bottom of this. Did you vote to acquit Curran on the murder and the 3rd charge? Yes. Okay. That's it. She has to take their word. If 12 people are saying we voted, I've heard off the table. I've heard we're not going to consider it. We're all 12 together on not guilty, and they got hung up on the manslaughters, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that she needs to do, and I think judiciously and ethically she has that obligation. If not, I would move to get her recused completely.
Yeah, and she won't recuse herself. She will not do anything.
Right.
I think she's a narcissist. I think her ego is too big for all this.
Yeah.
That's the only problem, I think.
Yeah, it's funny too. We see her in a different light on TV. When we watch, but people who have been in the court see her differently. They get to see her interact, more than the camera shows, and they have a different opinion. They say she's actually pretty generous and kind and considerate. So, who knows? I mean, you can only judge what you see and what you hear. But I think ethically, and she definitely has a responsibility and an obligation at this point to get to the bottom of this. And I'm telling you, only for the fact that people had come out and said this, we would have never known anything about this.
No.
So it's great to have sources that are trustworthy and they trust in people to get the word out. So we have 5 on the record. Aiden has the 6th, which he claims is the foreman.
Yeah.
And we now possibly have a 7th that made this so-called affidavit about being fearful. But either way, now you have more than half of the jurors speaking. Get the rest in, get them on the record, and get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, it's not hard, is it? You know what? It doesn't have to be, if it's safety issues and stuff like that, then it doesn't have to be live already. As long as the Bev and the attorneys are all there and stuff like that, if they're that scared of, I don't see why it couldn't be live, as in the sense of, because the jury are hidden anyway, so it's only their voices you'd hear. But
they could go off site somewhere, some hotel, in a conference room.
Yeah.
Right? Not broadcast anything. The judge, her clerk, all the stenographers, the DA, the defense, non-disclosed area, and just do it. Not even announce it and come back with the facts afterwards.
Yeah.
If they're that concerned, there are methods, there are ways to get this done.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. As long as everyone's there, and it's not just Bev, the obviously Annette, Jackson, Little need to be there. As long as they're there, then it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? But something has to happen, because as you say, this is it's very unfortunate, because this is another marker against the judicial system in Massachusetts. Where it's just bringing light to something like this. This is a huge trial. All eyes are on this, so Bev just needs to do the right thing and be like, okay, fucked up. I should have, asked about the sheet and gone through it with them. I messed up. So let's not just try to hide it. Let's try and fix it, remedy it, and let's get everybody, as you say, get them all together and sort it all out. One way. The only problem I have is, by now the jury has obviously been corrupted one way or the other, because they've all been tainted and stuff like that. So one juror could, I'm not saying they would, but could possibly say that they were not unanimous, and they thought that there was going to be another vote, but there wasn't another vote. And, there could be somebody that puts their foot down and be like, they could have been reached by somebody. That's the only danger now. But still worth doing it all anyway.
Well, my thought process, Dylan, is they've let too much time go, right? When it first came to light, the iron was hot. That's when you hit, and they've let so much time go by. Who's to say now that one will say, that wasn't my vote?
Yeah.
So there's so much, there's so many, and that foreman, he or she is the foreman, and it's all about integrity now. But I think they've let so much time go by. This is something that should have been addressed immediately. It was an issue. They should have done it immediately. I believe it was Monday that they came with the hung jury. Tuesday, the information was out. I got the information on Tuesday. So less than 24 hours, we had hints of an issue. It should have been addressed immediately. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
And I know people are going to want to ask this question of you because you're here, But where are we with? Have you heard anything by the FBI or anything like that at all?
Well, of course, so much time has gone by, but I do know from one source that a minimum of 3 cases are definitely in their peer review. Reed, obviously, the Birchmore case, and the case out of Lynn, Mass. I believe it's, I'm not sure who the victim's name is, but I know the person who assaulted this kid, his name is Coppinger. He's the son of a sheriff. Ooh. And, it's not the actual incident itself. It's the manner in which it was handled. One county fluffed it off to Morrissey, and he tried it in another county. So you had 3 counties involved. Try to do it. It's like a 3-card Monte. And when it all came down to trial, Morrissey's crew never showed up. It's like, this is a person who had reconstructive surgery. I think his whole face is like the Bionic Man. And the fact is they did a 3-card Monte shuffle. And, it's like the old adage, a state trooper gives you a ticket, finds out that you're friends of his best friend. He said, okay, listen, just show up in court. I'm not going to go to court, and the ticket will be nullified, right? Well, you don't do this when someone gets almost beaten physically to death.
Yeah.
And so my understanding, absolutely, that at least those 3 cases are involved when it targets Morris, okay? And let's face it, this has always been about Morrissey and others above him, all right? It's just that the way I see it now, if you look deeper into Morrissey's connections, the money involved, the people he's involved with, it's got to be a nightmare. That's why they have a whole group of FBI agents for one office involved, and probably more that have been temporarily assigned from other offices to address this case. You have the Civil Rights Division involved. This is one massive case. And I can understand why back, I believe it was in December when hints came out that Josh Levy had asked somehow to get the defense to ask for more time. And what did Bev do? Excuse me. She said, no, we're going right now. She forced this case on both hands. This was at a disadvantage with the prosecution too, But the good thing is, Dylan, like I said, all right, all the prosecution's case, they showed all their cards, right? They have a very weak case at best. I'm very confused if the reporting is true about the number 2 charge that they got 8 to 9 people to vote guilty, which means that they feel that Curran absolutely hit John. That concerns me. So the good thing is now if the defense held back some cards, if this thing does get retried, all right, they have more in their pot than the prosecution does.
Yeah.
So I think now you'll see more. I think at the very end, Dylan, when I've been thinking a lot about this, I think Jackson and company said, okay, this is a hit and run case. We're gonna defend her on the hit and run and forget about all the other BS, right? And I think now if they do come to a second trial, right, we know what the prosecution's case is. It's not going to change, and it's not going to get better. Jackson has a pot that he can choose from. He can bring all the different ammunition he had that he withheld from, right? And to focus in on how this is much more, there was not a hit and run. That was actually an event that happened inside the house. And that's what's going to happen in Karen Reed 2.0, because they have to come. If they do go to trial, they have to bring it. And I think the only reason they didn't do it is because of some type of decision made between the feds and Jackson. And they say, listen, you don't have to use it all. We'll take care of the rest. And they put 6 witnesses on. Let's face it, Dylan, 6 witnesses to defend the client who facing up to life in jail. That's pretty confident in my books.
No,
right?
I agree. I no, I totally agree with you. Everything you said, I totally agree with you. I think they got more to bring. I do think though they might have felt that at the end they did want to put more on because the trial was going in so long. The jury were like going bored. They were just like, we just need to get in and get out. And I think a lot of that is down to Lally with his whole questioning. I would be bringing that up to Bev and being like, look, it needs to be streamlined better because it just takes too long. It's just taken too long. The whole process should be reshaped. None of these half days anymore. Let's just do full days and let's just get it through. And can we reprimand Mr. Lally, or even ask for we want it to be timed because obviously some civil cases are timed. Why not time it and say you got X amount of time, Lally? You got to use it. So if you want to waste it on weather and stuff like that, that's up to you. But once you run out of time, bang, you're done. Over to the defense type of thing. Now she'll never do that, I know, but it was a lot of wasted time, I think. So and the jury were bored and things like that's how the defense read it. They were bored.
Yeah, I did. I think they thought. I mean, we gotta streamline this. We gotta focus in our main points. Lally definitely threw everything but the kitchen sink at them, and they got them so confused. And it's true. When it's all said and done, this was a simple hit and run case. And I still don't think I'm telling you, they didn't make their case.
Mm-hmm.
But there was, I believe there's more that the defense can use if they go forward. The prosecution has what they have, and you can't change that.
No, I agree with you. I think it's advantage defense for any kind of retrial. But the only a couple of last things for you. The only thing that was a little bit, disappointing was that the jury seemed to be confused and didn't know anything about the other agency. They.
Well, yeah, that I don't think that. Okay, so I was able to say that on the Howie Carr show. Right? I don't know if that juror has been put on the record as far as an affidavit with the defense, but it was said that that they thought when they heard about the other investigation or the other process or the other hearing, that they assumed wrongly, obviously, that it was something that the defense put on, right?
Yeah.
And they never, ever clued in. Even when Ryan Nagel said, when I talked to the feds or whatever he said, they must have been sleeping then because, but she did handcuff them. But in a way, I mean, she probably thought, hey, listen, this is a state case involving a woman who's been charged with killing a Boston cop with her car. This is not a federal case about a murder inside the home. So she did handcuff them in that way. All right. And let's face it, if they got it, and I believe they got it, just bring it. Just bring it. Who cares? Bring out your weapons and get this thing over with. And then the feds can do what they have to do. I don't believe at all that the defense went that far into Toohey. As a matter of fact, it was the prosecution that exposed Toohey more than the defense did because they had all the things from Higgins. They had the stuff from Proctor, the personal phone calls. If it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for Lally, Toohey would have never been touched, except for the two crash daddies, the experts, right?
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, we're gearing ourselves up for Tuesday. But hang on, before I let you go, have you Proctor? Anything new about Proctor? Obviously, have you heard anything from yesterday or anything like that?
I haven't heard a word. Actually, I haven't really been. I really have not been engaged.
No, neither have I.
I'm trying a few things. I'm trying to get a show ready for Sunday. I got a few things. I got a few toys sent to me that I want to try out. So
there you go.
Yeah, I really, I've learned now. The best thing is if it comes, it comes, right?
Yeah.
And because the more we fret, the more we, want something, right? Well, we can't make it happen.
No.
Just got to let it come as it comes, right?
No, I totally agree. So is that an exclusive? You got a stream on this Sunday?
Yeah, I'm preparing right now. I hope my voice gets better, and I'm preparing something for Sunday. Oh, by the way, if there's any people from the West Roxbury area of Boston, there's a group out there called the Prayer Warriors. Just want to let you know that I got a special rubber ducky in the image of Donald Trump sent to me from this group. And I believe Siobhan is one, and Marika, I think, is another one, and the Hags, and Mary Beth. So if anyone from West Roxbury is in the chat, it was a great little gift. So anyways.
What time are you on Sunday, by the way?
It's probably going to be like late afternoon, early evening.
There you go. Between 4 and 6 probably then.
Right, exactly.
That's
exactly.
Fine. There you go, Sean. Rest that voice, sir. I'm looking forward, obviously Sunday, but you're also on this channel with me on Monday from 1 o'clock Eastern. We'll do a couple of hour show on Monday for the people. So rest up, buddy. Nice to talk to you, and I'll speak to you. Well,
hey, real quick. Technical. Did you have to get a lifter with that microphone?
Boom, yeah.
No, a lifter. It's a because of that. It's a Shure, right? Shure SM.
No, Rode.
Oh, that's a Rode. Oh, okay.
I went for Rode Boom and Rode mic.
Nice. Okay.
So
good.
I was looking at Shure. I was looking at it, but I decided to stick with Rode.
Beautiful. Good for you.
It's easier.
All right. Listen, I'm looking forward to Monday. We should have a great time again. I want to get back and engage with the chat. All right. And it'll be great.
Well, you take it. I got big hitters today. I got Larry Curran on next. Then I got today. I got Dennis Sweeney coming on. I got Dana, MJ, and I'm finishing off with Peter Murphy. So it's a.
Oh man, you got the OGs coming up.
I got the best of the best. You started it all off. We got the best of the best today. So yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, buddy.
That's awesome. All right. Listen, have a great weekend, chat. You guys do well. We'll see you all on Monday. Or maybe Sunday.
Sunday.
Don't forget Sunday. I'll put something out.
There you go, mate.
Shortly.
All right, buddy. See you later, brother.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Bro.
Be good. Bye-bye.
Oh, so that was Sean. Shawnee, be good. Sean is obviously not well. He's got a virus. So he's not 100%. But as you hear, he will have a show on, when did he say? Sunday. Between 4 and 6, so go and support him. I know you will anyway, so it's fine. Sean's coming back here, as you can see in the ticker. Join me and Sean from 1 o'clock Eastern. That's 6 o'clock UK time on Monday for Curran's hearing. Delaney, you look like you don't feel well. Yeah, I'm not 100%. I'll be honest, I'm not 100%. But chat keeps me going. So keep us going, people. We have got Larry Curran. So give me a second. I need to set it all up. But yeah, we got Larry next. So we'll see how Larry. I hope Tyson's not with Larry, eating cereal. Oh, speak of the devil. You're ready. I wasn't even ready for him. Larry, you fella.
Hey!
Right, turn it down. Have you turn your volume down?
I did. It's down all the way.
Good man. What's happening, sir?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Hey, first of all, is Tyson with you?
Tyson? Oh, he just opened his eyes. He's on the couch taking a little nap.
What's your breakfast then? Yeah. What's your cereal?
My breakfast. Well, I just had a cup of coffee and some frosted mini wheats.
Nice.
But I had that before Tyson came over. So Tyson and Daddy had to do some shopping, some food shopping. And so Tyson's just hanging out with me.
Nice. And you got your motorcycle, is it got in for an oil change?
No, the motorcycle, it's becoming too complicated.
Yeah.
The guy who has the shop rides motorcycles. I live a half a mile away. He wants to come up with his trailer and put it on his trailer to bring it down to his shop. I said, why don't you just hop on the motorcycle and drive it a half a mile? And then when you're well done, I'll come, you can bring it back, and then I'll give you a ride back. Very simple. He's like, no, I want to move it with my trailer. So I'm not going to do it.
So that's what.
Because he wants to. He probably wants to charge me for a trailer move. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm on a fixed income now, Dylan. I can't do that. So I just put it on Facebook Marketplace for sale. $9,500 of best offer, and we'll see what happens.
See what happens.
Let whoever buys it, they can change the oil.
There you go. That's the attitude.
Right.
That's the attitude. What's new from you? We spoke 2 weeks ago. And everything, and we spoke about Curran and everything. And we got a hearing coming up on Monday. What's your thoughts about the whole situation with Curran at the minute, with all these people coming forward?
I recently read that Karen had to put her house up for sale.
Yes.
That really hit me as a very sad moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
This poor woman, they've done so much to her, and this judge is fighting her all the way to the end.
I know.
The judge should call that jury in right now. Monday morning, we want you all back here. Get them in a room, swear them all in. Okay. On the charge of murder in the second degree, how many of you voted not guilty?
Yeah.
And then say, okay, thank you. And then have them raise their hands for each charge. And dismiss whatever charges they unanimously found her not guilty of, and then decide what you're going to do from there.
That's not a bad plan.
But she won't do that. No. She is dug in. She's no good, and she is determined to make Karen's life miserable. What they should do is they should all go to, what does Sean call it? Uncle Joe's house. Josh Levy should invite all of those jurors, or subpoena all of those jurors, into Uncle Joe's house. Have you ever seen Uncle Joe's house, Dylan?
No, I've heard about it, but I've not seen it.
Oh, it's right on the water. It's beautiful. It's right on Boston Harbor. You'd love it. Great restaurants right near it. Oh, yeah.
No, I got you.
Oh, yeah.
But
law enforcement loves going there because when they get done, they got great places to have a drink, something to eat, pretty women everywhere, because cops are all pigs, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're all pigs.
Yes.
They're all checking the girls out everywhere. You know how they are.
Yeah.
Oh, look at John O'Keefe. He was screwing around on Karen behind her back.
Yeah.
Poor Karen. I feel so bad for her.
No, I do as well. Well, especially now, as you say, she's got to sell a house. She's got to raise more money for her defense, which,
the circus continues.
And it's going to be more and more, and she needs to pay the experts again. She needs to pay, a lot more.
Hey, listen. On a real happy note, nothing to do with Karen Reed, but on a real happy note, do you know what happened last night in this country?
No.
Donald J. Trump accepted the nomination.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that. I should have known you were going to do that. No politics, Larry. No politics.
Okay, well, for some of us, it's a very happy occasion.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine it is for you. But yeah, we don't do politics. The last time we did politics here, I lost half my viewers, as in half my members, because it's divided. But we'll keep away from that. Let's get back to Curran for a second here. So we got obviously now we lost my train of thought. Now you come on, you make me laugh, and you do all these things, and I lose my train of thought. Then, Larry, so it's your fault. I'm mumbling now. What was I going to say? Oh, so how close are you to all this then, Canton and Dedham and all that? How close to all this are you living?
How what?
How close do you live to all this? To Canton.
Oh, I'm the next town.
Right next town. Okay.
I'm right next town. I'm right next door. And as far as the courthouse,
yeah,
6-minute ride.
Okay. So have you
7-8 miles maybe?
Have you been down at all?
Norwood, Westwood, and then Dedham.
So have you been?
I could have went down there, but you know what? Why? For what? Why?
No,
You
no,
know what I mean?
yeah, no. I just thought because obviously you're on gas and stuff like that now.
I'd rather sit at home and watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I wasn't sure if you've been out protesting at all. Because
it's my oxygen and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got you.
Did listen. Oh! Did I tell you that I got the new oxygen company came to my house?
Yeah.
And they dropped off a portable oxygen concentrator for me.
Nice.
Did I tell you that?
No.
Oh yeah, I don't have to look. They took the tank away, and now I have a little box that comes in a carrying case, and it's run on a battery, and the battery's good for about 3 hours. So I went and bought a double battery off of Amazon for $275. Rip-off. But it's good for another 7 hours. Plus, I have the cigarette lighter. So I'm good.
You're all right now.
Yeah, I'm good. I can go wherever I want. I never have to worry about running out. Yep.
And you got a new phone coming today?
It was supposed to come in, but then something happened with. Did you hear the story about the airlines?
Yeah, something's down.
It's all down. Well, my package arrived in Texas, which is far away from Massachusetts. So now I tracked it,
yeah,
and it says that it's not coming till the 22nd.
It's 27. What's now 19th? So
yeah, so
Monday.
Yeah.
So then you got to go down Verizon. Is it Verizon you with?
I'm with Verizon, but it will come. It will be delivered to my house, and then
you go to them.
I will go to Verizon, and they will download everything off the new phone, off the old phone onto the new phone. Then we'll put the old phone. I'll do a factory reset on the old phone, put it in the box, and registered mail back to Samsung.
There you go.
And they're giving me a $900 credit.
Yeah.
My phone's 3 years old.
Yeah, it's bargain. I told you that last night. That's bargain.
How do you say? I don't know, Dylan. I couldn't say no. I mean.
Yeah. No, I told you yesterday. It's a good thing. Yeah, I know.
So
you saving money long term.
So enough about me. Let's talk about you.
All right. Yeah.
What's new with you?
Not much. I've not been streaming the last few days. So been keeping quiet. You know, Sean said this, and I've been doing the same. I try to keep away from a lot of the Curran stuff, the Curran Reid stuff. Not because I don't want. I'm not interested. It's more of a I think it's sometimes just Twitter, social media, everything's so toxic these days. That's just nice to take a break from it all. So I'll be trying to keep away from everything and anything really. So I'm hopefully back next week, doing the hearing on Monday. Then I'm doing another trial, the ballerina Black Swan trial, starting Tuesday, I believe. So that's going to keep me busy for a couple of weeks. I think it's nice to get away and decompress from everything. I think sometimes when you're so focused on stuff, you can't see anything around you. And so for me, I'm trying to not back away from the car and stuff, but just trying to be like more of an aerial view and just like, let's Monday out the way and see what happens. But yeah, let's take a bit of a break. I think it's healthy for people to take a bit of a break from it all, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. You have to take a break. That's why, when I post on Sean's group, I try to post something that has nothing to do with any kind of corruption, just something funny, just to give people a break.
Yeah.
From all of the drama.
Yeah,
I mean that these groups, Facebook groups, like Sean's group and like John O'Keefe, Karen Reed, let's support them. These groups, it's all drama. It's all about the trial. It's all about the judge. It's all about this and what about that? It's a mystery like drama series, a lot of drama. Well, every once in a while, Dylan, isn't it good just to look at something and laugh?
Yeah, get away from it. Yeah, laugh at something.
Get away from it. And sometimes they approve my post, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes they approve my Sean will approve it, and then somebody else deletes it. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's not always fun, but Sean's not feeling good now, so I'll discuss it with him when he's feeling better, because the poor guy does so much for us, and he's such a nice man.
Yeah.
You don't want to bother him with any crap while he's not feeling well.
No.
I can wait.
It's all good. You can wait, as you say. You can wait.
That's right.
And there's more important things in the world right now. Just
That's absolutely, Dylan.
Yeah.
You have a level head.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. So what I want to know is, why do you not have any air conditioning in your home?
Because we don't have heat waves in the UK. We don't have any. We use a fan. If we were to, I don't have a fan right now, but we don't have.
So this heat wave, what's going on right now is very rare.
Oh, it never happens. You might have a couple of days, or at most a week of warm weather, but that's about it.
You're right. So it's not worth it. You're right.
Yeah. So we don't know where in the UK. Well, I mean, some places you might have air conditioning, but very rare would you have air conditioning. So. Yeah. Well, what else have we got? I've got 4 more people on the call. So what else do you want? Have you got anything else to say, Larry, before I go on?
Listen, you have a great weekend, and I hope everyone in your audience. Oh, you broke 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah, ages ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
So have a great weekend. I hope all of your subscribers have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, we'll get you back on, Larry, see what the update is with everything.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Larry. Take care, buddy. Speak later.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ra, mate.
Bye-bye.
That was Larry Curran. Right. MJ, you're next then. MJ, get ready, MJ. I'm ringing you on Messenger now. Hang on, let me take a sip of coffee. Jeepers. Hello, Elsie. Hey, Hackster. How we doing, Hack? No sympathy from the Hackster whatsoever. All the huckster says, get to fucking work. MJ.
Can you hear me, Bill?
I can hear you. Boom.
Hold on, buddy.
I can hear you.
Hold on. I think I'm having a little technical difficulty.
It's all good.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's coming in. I can't really hear you on my end.
Oh, no.
Bill.
Yo. MJ. Hey, have you got WhatsApp? MJ, let me call you on WhatsApp. I'll call you back.
I can barely hear you, buddy. I'm in a bad area.
No, I'll all right, I'll try and call you on WhatsApp now.
I'll try you back.
Okay. Right. Oh, hang on. Yeah, my banner. Sorry, people. Hang on. This is MJ. Another resident. Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
I can hear you now.
Oh, cool. No, I was going to say if you had WhatsApp, it could be. But we got this now. I need to change the screen. Who's on the call? MJ. Ooh, how are you?
Buddy, I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Just we you know, obviously messaged briefly yesterday. I'm same as you. Just gonna take a break from it all. You know.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, the break in itself is good for everyone, but obviously you still have to stay, vigilant. You have to stay focused because she needs all the help she can get.
Yeah.
And I mean that, obviously Karen. I was fortunate. I'm out of work still for my injury, so basically I'm stuck in the house almost. I'm limited, so it's a pain and horrible timing. At least when court was on, I was laser focused. Now it's I don't know what that do with myself.
It's one of these things. Monday will come and it'll give you more focus because this is why it's been nice to have a break until we know Monday, until we know what's happening next. Next steps. We can all speculate as much as we want, but hopefully Monday will give us a bit of a guide about what's happening next. When are we likely to get maybe a trial and stuff like that? So it gives you more of a purpose and more of a guide, if that makes sense. We're a little bit in lull. People are down a little bit and stuff like that. Because obviously I spoke to you during the verdict watch, but we've not spoken since the verdict came out. What was your impressions and what was your what was your thought process after you heard the verdict?
Well, I mean, look, I mean, I'm not. I can't really speak too intelligently upon the judicial system because I don't know. So what I do is like everyone else. I plagiarize. I take from Mike Betterow. I take from Melanie Little, the people that live it every day. But I mean, obviously, Sean. Talk to Sean. I mean, there's so many people, and the Roccos that have inside information that they are. Aiden. Obviously, I don't really talk to Aiden. I don't really know him, but I know the Roccos. I know Sean. And they fill you in on what just happened. Like, I'm like, oh, what the hell was that? What does that mean? Or this or that. So I have a lifeline to certain people that, I reach out and like, hey, what did this mean? Like, what are you hearing or something? And, and like the Roccos usually are on the, for the fundraising, Aiden has his stuff with the receipts, the people that he talks to, and same with Sean. So my thoughts on it, I wish I heard more. I wish I heard about what about the 3 liters of blood that we're missing? Like, I think we all have different areas that we wanted them to hit upon. You know what I mean? Like Sean said, they only called 6 witnesses. So when I heard it, I knew something. I'm like, wait a minute. All right, she get mistrial, so that means there's another trial. Yeah. But when everything started coming out after, I started reaching. I'm like, well, what does this even mean? Like, and then it's just another level down the rabbit hole, Dylan.
Yeah.
There's just it's. You couldn't. I don't even think Hollywood could write a script like this.
No.
And it's all the people that are on the front lines that, that's where all the information comes from. It gets handed down, and obviously, it gets filtered, and, you just got to be careful of, Ma always said, believe nothing of what you hear and half of what you see.
Yeah.
So until it's in writing, Dylan, we just don't know.
Yeah.
I think Bev has a lot of explaining to do. To an extent, if I want to see or hear more about the SJC. That's who governs Bev. You know what I mean? Like, are they involved? I mean, are they looking at her? It's just a lot of privy information that we're not getting. So during the lull, the brains start going faster and faster. You know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean. But also, just remember as well, you mentioned it and you said, you don't know the judicial system and stuff like that. And who cares? I'm not having you on the show because of your judicial system. I'm having you on because you're a human being. And you've got an opinion, you've got a voice and stuff. And I'll let the attorneys do all that bollocks. Do you know what I mean? I just want to hear from boots on the ground and local people. Like, you're near where it all happened. So, it's...
Oh, yeah. I've been out there, Dana, Dennis, Peter Murphy, Jay Grant, all these Rita, all these amazing people that, think about this, Dylan, right? Think about this, and this gets to me all the time, is so many different people from different walks of life came out to support a stranger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's face it, Aiden's the one who brought it to the forefront.
Yeah.
And, and then but so many people took it and ran with it in their own direction in a positive way. You know what I mean? Paul Cristoforo, all these people, and doing so many different things, like in front of the camera and behind the scenes too, it's amazing. I went to, I had my physical therapy yesterday, and so it dawned on me that the billboard in front of Gillette Stadium where the Patriots play, Curran's billboard is still up.
Oh, wow.
And when they came, when everyone was figuring out like how to raise money for it and this and that, I think it was only for a few months. And that's a privately owned billboard because most of the billboards are owned by corporations. So they didn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole when Nick Rocco was asking, trying to find someone to put, Karen's face and, free Karen Reed on a billboard. And this is privately owned. And if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on it, but I'm almost positive that they were, Nick and everybody in the group, everybody in the, in the movement who pitched in. I think it was only supposed to be for 3 months. That's what they were paid for. And, this is last year. So that guy needs, give that guy some credit. Like he said, nope, I'm keeping it up there. I mean, again, that's to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still up there. But as far as I know, it was only paid for 3 months. So, it's people like that, like, you're right, like, that have their boots on the ground. We get so many great people that, that we met last year and built friendships, and it's all for this common purpose: is justice for John O'Keefe and free Karen Reed, and now it's rolling over into Sandra Birchmore.
Yeah.
So no, I'm proud of a lot of these so many people. Like they've I have friends. I consider some family too. You know what I mean? It's amazing.
Yeah, no, you should be proud. I mean, I always tell people, I'd never thought I'd meet you, Dennis Sweeney, Dana Leonard, Sean McDonough, Peter Murphy, Larry. I mean, bloody hell, Larry's on the phone to me, telling me all about his new phone and should he get a new phone? I'm like, Larry, we've never met, but it's fine, Larry. We'll chat, So
yeah. Like, but think about it too, though, right? You get, just people, Dana. Peter, Sean, Aiden, the Roccos, the Glera, Melanie, Mark Petero, yourself. I mean, you guys are the face that we're able to have a place to go and speak every time you guys come on. You know what I mean? And that's amazing in itself. So people can connect.
Yeah.
And and again, like so many people reached out to me. Like I said, I'm out on my knee, and I get people asking, let me drop food off to you, and I'm like, nice. All right, I appreciate it, but I'm telling you, so many different people from different walks of life that came together. Otherwise, probably they were just another face in the hall. You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
It's amazing, and I'm proud to be part of it, and I'm proud that anyone else that wants to join in. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna start making more bracelets.
I got it here. So everybody, because I am got it on. I just had a shower, but these bracelets for the Justice for John O'Keefe, Curran Karma 2024. These are from MJ. MJ sent me a bunch of them in the UK. So thank you for that as well. I forgot about that.
You're welcome.
But no, you're 100% right. And this is why, like I was saying earlier on, I think I don't remember to who, but like the shows, you name all the shows there, fantastic shows. I try and make this show more like boots on the ground. I want to hear from local people more than I do from experts and stuff like that. From the law element of it, because I'm intrigued. I learned a lot from Gary Titus last week and from Dennis Sweeney when I last spoke to him a couple of weeks ago about the harassment and stuff in Canton. But also Gary reminded me about Canton. It's been marred a little bit, but Canton's such a nice place with some great people. We shouldn't forget that. And if he wasn't speaking to you guys, you make it feel real. So, oh, hang on, Dennis Sweeney's got a bone to pick with you. He says MJ still owes me one, a band.
I have it.
He's got it, Dan. It's all right. It's all right. But
tell him he'll have it by tomorrow. I'll make it a point.
No, but yeah, but that's why I want to speak to you guys, so we get the insight of boots on the street. And I think that's underestimated a little bit. I know Resisting the Silence, they do a great job of bringing people on and stuff like that as well. Dana and Tracy and stuff, and Paul. So that's why I like as well. Because I like to hear from people involved in it. And you are involved in it. So you see it day to day. And I'm always intrigued by that. So.
I came in with Sean. Like I came in. I came in by myself back in early April last year.
Yeah.
And and as fate would have it, Sean. I've talked about it way before. The West Coast Turncoat, Natalie. When she was on our side, she introduced me and Sean, and I can see a friend ever since, and. It is. You're right. It is people like it's. I don't like giving her any props, but that was probably one thing I'm grateful for, though. But it is. It's people like you show up. At one of the rallies, let's call it, peaceful rallies, the movement, and people are there with their hands out. It's like towards like even when the trial started, there was like buffets, like people had tents with food, and I mean, it was amazing. It really was. It's like, is this real? Like, that's going on. And I listen. It's edged in stone, and it, like, it happened, and it's going to continue to happen. And like you said, you get so many wonderful people that are at your fingertips. Dana, he's an amazing. I love Dana. Dennis, Peter, like all these these people that I didn't know from Adam a year ago, and now I can pick up the phone and call some of them. You know what I mean? It's
special.
It means a lot, and that extends even to the Reeds. To there's so many people, like, you meet once and then they know your name. You don't see them for a few months, and like, hey, Mikey, what's up, buddy? It's on a personal level, and that's the important part.
It is, and that's how he came. I see the whole booms in the chat and stuff. It's great to have you. It's a pick me up. When I know you're around, because as you all see, boom, boom, and I'm like, oh, MJ's here. He's on fire. I love it. I love it.
I don't know where I came up. I think I was actually. It's funny. I was sitting down doing something, and when I first came up with it, and Sean had said something, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, I yelled at the TV. I went, boom. And I'm like, so ever since then, I've just been putting it in the chat. That and Karen Karma.
Yeah.
No,
I love it.
What was the other one? I called was Smith Ellis there, Sparkle Thoughts. I nicknamed him Grant Sparkle Thoughts.
Oh, Grant, for what an idiot he is, jeepers. But no, it's good, man. It's good. Listen, I've got Dana coming on in a second here, so I'll let you go, MJ. And
all right, brother.
We'll get you on in a couple more weeks. We'll have a chat, have a catch up, see what's going on.
Yeah, just reach out. I'm always around.
I know you are, brother. I appreciate you for that, and appreciate you for everything. You're always full of support to me. So thank you, my man. And I'll speak to you soon, all right?
You got it. Bye, folks.
Cheers, MJ. Ta, buddy. There you go. That was MJ. I love MJ. He's very generous. He sent me loads of these out going on there. So right, we got Dana on there now, because Dana's I got to call him now because he hasn't got much time. So hang on, Dana, hang on, brother. 2 secs. Oh shit, I need to change a banner, don't I?
There he is.
How we doing? You all right? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Dana?
Hold on a second.
Have you got your speaker on? Here is Dana Leonard. Gives me a chance to change the banner. Can you hear now, Dana? I'll keep speaking to see. Dana, I can hear you.
1 second, Dylan. I'm not hearing you. I'm having the same problem MJ was, it looks like.
Well, call me back then. Call me.
All right, I'll call you right back.
Dana Leonard, the celebrity. If you don't know, Curran knew who he was. And he Dana. Hello? No. Let me try him then. See all this. Technology at its worst. Hello, Sassy.
All right, let's try this.
Right, can you hear me now?
There we go.
Happy days. So, everybody, this is Dana Celebrity Leonard from Resistant to Silence. How are we doing, sir? How are you?
Oh, good, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm not bad, thank you. Not bad, and I'm grateful that you can join us. You know, I know you got a little bit of time, time constraint today, but it's always nice to have you on the show, my friend.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be here. I'm glad we got a chance to sit down and chat. How's everything been going? I guess I've been listening all morning, half working and listening at the same time. So
yeah, no, it's I was saying to MJ and stuff, but like it's just nice to speak to people that's like I give you guys a shout out, like this is what you do, and in some ways you get local people that just inform you what's going on out there, because there's so many that discuss the laws and all this stuff. Like, and yes, I can read the laws and stuff, but there's so many chances to do all that stuff. I want to hear from like you guys, the proper boots on the ground, blue collar people, see what's going on down there, how you guys are feeling. And MJ, Larry, they're great. Sean was great this morning. Obviously, he's still ill, but and now yourself, So yeah, so it's good to always speak. And MJ was saying about how he this brought him to meet with you, Dennis, and everybody. So it's more than just a Can't Read John O'Keefe movement. It's a huge movement now. We even look at us in Wales and Boston speaking to you every day. So man, it's something special.
Well, it's the relationships and friendships that have been built, throughout this whole movement are absolutely incredible. Like MJ was saying, I mean, these are people that we wouldn't have met otherwise. Brought together for a like cause, and here we are. It's just it's truly amazing. I think that otherwise, I mean, I live in my own little social bubble, but this movement's definitely expanded that bubble quite substantially. Again, MJ references Dennis, himself, Peter Murphy, everybody. It's I've met some incredible people, and people reach out all the time. Hey, how you doing? How you been? You've been busy. How's your summer going? It's just, with the downtime, that we've had now. I mean, it's, we call it downtime. It's downtime from the trial, but, I look at even this upcoming weekend, there's 7 standouts planned for this weekend alone, Saturday and Sunday. So,
wow.
So, people aren't letting their foot off the gas at all. It's, this is important, and what's going on is not necessarily, individuals who just, Curran Reed in this case. I mean, this is, this goes in a million different directions, and Sandra Birchmore and the First Amendment, the Canton Nine, what's going on with Aiden. There's just so many different facets to this situation that, it's amazing to see, people united in this type of a front and trying to push forward and still standing up for what they believe in. It's encouraging for humanity as far as I'm concerned.
That's just amazing. 7 standouts. I mean, that's amazing. You don't think about this stuff sometimes. I know about it because Brenda Sweeney sends me the pictures, but wow, 7, that's a ton, man. That's a ton.
One of which is Sandra's, which is on Sunday, I believe. No, Saturday, I'm sorry. So, we get 3 on Saturday and 4 on Sunday. So, people are pushing forward, and you get the pictures from Brenda and Dennis. I mean, I give them all the credit in the world. They are at everything. They're boots on the ground is that is their picture. They're in the dictionary.
Yeah. Well, I got Dennis on the call next after you, so I get to hear from before we go on. Sean's got a show on Sunday at 5 p.m. for everybody, 5 o'clock Eastern Sunday, 10 o'clock UK time. Spacey Stacey says Silence of the Lambs. That cracks me up every time. It's a legacy thing now, isn't it?
It really is.
So whenever you have Sean on your show, because I know he'll come on your show, he'll be confused. He goes, "What's this Resisting the Silence? I don't know them. I only know Silence of the Lamb. I don't know the other one." But God bless Sean. God bless him. So
absolutely.
So yeah, because you what was I going to say? So you got all the standouts ready. You got all that. You've been decompressing a little bit with everything. because obviously you've got a lot on. All this takes time. All the work and effort that you've been doing since the trial. Have you been chilling out a little bit, or what have you been doing up until now?
It does. I mean, we've definitely taken some time to kind of step back a little bit, and it's summertime in New England, so it's a beautiful time of year, and the kids are off from school, and so there's a lot going on, and between standouts and everything else that's going on, the standouts are kind of running themselves, and I give credit to Paul because he's really fronting that whole thing at this stage. So I think it's just fantastic that things are moving along, but it's also allowing some people to step away and not necessarily step away, but, kind of regroup, re-energize, and get ready for the next phase of this. So it's, but it's summertime and it's beautiful. I was actually outside. I'm working from home today, but I was actually outside just before I got on with you to clean my pool filter and get ready for the weekend.
Nice. Well, that's spoiling yourself there, but that's good. Yeah, but you're right, because all these, as I say, what people don't see is the organization that goes behind everything. It's time consuming, So it's not only do you guys work, and you mentioned Paul that he works, he organizes it, he's out there. He hasn't got time for anything else. Do you know what I mean?
No, it can be all consuming, and when everything, even pre-trial, I think there was a lot going on. Day to day for the trial, there seemed to be, there was, the regulars showed up every single day, and there was a different core of people that, ran the show. Erica, Allison, Chrissy, the three of them, they were like the standout mothers where they, at the courthouse, they were the ones, organizing, getting food and making sure everybody had drinks and shelter. And, it just kind of like the passing of the guard, in a sense, a torch was handed off, and they've done an amazing job, and I expect nothing less, if, which I'm thinking we will go to trial for the second time, which is complete bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. Have you heard anything about, obviously, been out protesting, for things like the Proctor and stuff? Have you heard anything, what's happened to him recently?
No, he supposedly had something went on yesterday, but I can't get my keep my ear to the ground to find out what the results were. But I'm wondering if I think if he would have gotten fully, suspended or let go or whatever the case may be, I think we would have heard by now. So somebody's sitting on something big, but something's bound to happen with that guy, and good riddance to him when the time comes. And I hope everybody else, I hope all the other dominoes fall right behind him.
No, I agree. And tell me, you might not know, well, you probably do know, but if you don't, it's fine. But obviously, the last week in the what was it called? The meeting, Canton meeting.
The select board meeting.
Yeah, because obviously not kicked off, but Jen was, attacked by a court worker or something. What's happened to that?
Yeah, so that was, she got up there and had a big speech, and I give her so much credit because she puts so much effort into the speeches that she writes, and unfortunately the select board only offers them 3 minutes of time to get up there and speak, and that's not really a lot of time when you have a lot to say. So they're all organizing their speeches and getting up there and squeezing in as much as they can. But the way the select board runs now is you run over your time limit, they shut you right down. And she only had 2 sentences left, and she wanted to finish up instead of the select board saying, okay, finish up your couple sentences, whatever. They got kind of hostile with her, and then turned the rent-a-cop that was on display that day, he put hands on her, and it escalated. Nothing really became of it. I know she is looking into potentially pursuing something. I'm not sure what, but subsequently the board meeting from this past week was done virtually. It was horrible. They had connectivity issues. The select board's not supposed to be on their phones during these, official meetings and that type of thing. There's no way to monitor what the hell they're doing behind the scenes if they're on their phones and what they're looking at.
communicating to each other. They shut people down, and it was horrible. It's such a travesty what's going on with that select board, and they should be ashamed of themselves. And eventually they're going to be held accountable. Someone's going to be held accountable, and the townspeople, the people that want to do right by that town, are going to take over, and they're going to they're going to step in and make things right. It's going to be a process, but they'll definitely get things done. So.
And have you? I ask you this because you probably know more than anybody. But any movement on the Canton 9 on their case?
Canton 9's been, the magistrate hearing was back in January. Best of my understanding, they had 120 days to give them some kind of a decision, and it's been well past that at this stage. So there's been no new movement that I've heard of. That was, a couple of weeks ago. Last night, you can ask the question to anyone, because at this point it's like, why bother asking? We know the answer. So
I think that the Canton 9, Aiden's hearings, stuff, all them, I think they were putting them all off till after the Curran retrial. So they're now in a bit of a situation. It's like, well, you can't hold off anymore. You've got to make these decisions, because Curran's retrial could be in 4 months, in 8, 9, 10 months, who knows?
Exactly. And these people have this stuff, hanging over their heads, specifically the Canton 9. I mean, Aiden has, his world is, definitely a little more intense than, not to downplay the Canton 9, but, it's definitely a different situation. Same in regards to the First Amendment. They're standing up for their rights, and they're doing what they're able to do and they should be able to do. And, they're being hassled because of it is just ridiculous. It goes to show the level of corruption that, is happening in this state and subsequently the country.
Yeah. And I know that I got to ask a question for this, because obviously you're missing me not, because everyone loves her. But how was Tracy?
I know Tracy's your favorite, Dylan. So
I think she's everyone's favorite. So
she's my favorite too.
Yeah, I can imagine she better be. She better be.
She's doing well. She's at work today, and we're just waiting on the weekend. We get actually a few people from the the regular people that we've met through this movement. We had a few of them actually popping over this weekend to hang out. So a little cookout and that type of thing. So it'll be good. It's like, again, back to that, it's amazing to see the relationships that have been built. And Tracy's specifically has made some amazing friendships with some of these women that she's met, and they communicate every single day, and there's no filter. When they get together, it's actually kind of it's really kind of strange to me, because on paper it doesn't work because they're all so very different.
Yeah.
But they get along so well, and I guess that speaks to the entirety of this movement. I think everybody is so different, but we're brought together for the same cause that they've learned to really just appreciate and accept people for who they are. And it's a great thing.
It's special, isn't it? It is very special. Are you going there Monday, or are you able to go?
I'm trying to be there. We're actually taking some time off the end of next week into the following week. So I'm trying to work it out where I can get the day Monday, or at least get out early and shoot over there. So my work is only about 15, 20 minutes away from the courthouse, which isn't so bad. But when I'm at home, it's I'm 45 minutes to an hour away. So I'm going to try. That's all I can say at this point.
No, that's fine. No, that's fair. Because it's time consuming for you. It's just, you got a job and everything. So, it's fair. I'm not going to keep you because I know you got to go as well. You're in work and stuff like that. And I'm going to get Dennis Sweeney up next. And then I got the legend himself as well. Well, two legends. We got obviously Dennis, and then we got Peter Murphy at the end as well. So
yeah, absolutely. Two of my favorites. I love those guys.
Oh, I love them. They're great, aren't
Yep,
they?
absolutely. Yeah, Dennis reached out to me yesterday. He was just, again, like I said, one of those people that check in periodically. He just sent me a message. Hey, how you doing? How you been? How's everything going? It's great. It's great to hear from people. So
yeah, no, I agree. Special. I feel special as a part of it. So everyone's been so welcoming to me as well. So I'll never forget that. It's a special movement, and that's why I try and get you guys on here. And you've obviously got your channel. We've been promoting your channel, Resisting to Silence. Make sure everyone goes and I know anytime Sean does say Silence of the Lambs, he does mean Resistant to Silence, people. Just so you know. So go and make sure you subscribe to Dana.
love Sean.
But thank you, friend, and I'll speak to somebody. Take care, bud.
All right, we'll catch up soon.
All right, mate. That's Dana. Right, I'm Dennis. Give me a couple of minutes, Dennis, and I'll give you a ring, all right? Before I get Dennis on, I wanted to share this because Dennis shared this with me. So let me just share it. Hey Jude. The A-listers here today. Look at them all. We got Dennis Sweeney, and then we finish it all off with Peter Murphy. But before I do all that, hang on, let me close some of these. Hey Jude. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Okay, so this is Kathleen says, the thugs are now throwing bleach at us. These round burnt circles on Rita's lawn are caused by bleach-filled balloons that the Canton Mafia goons are throwing at the property. Okay. Of people who have voiced opinions they don't like. Rita's not the only one who have this happen. Let me predict the police chief will not care. I will not make any public announcements by the obvious threat. So this is happening. Some people in Canton are throwing balloons full of bleach on Rita's property and also on Dennis Sweeney's property. So I wanted to show you that. And this is, hang on, let me close this for a second. This is some of the photos from Sweeney's. Some of the damage around there where people have been throwing stuff. Hang on. There's another one here. I'll get up. You see where the garden is, where they've damaged everything. Things are wilting and stuff now because they've been chucking bleach all over Dennis Sweeney's garden, Brenda's garden and stuff. Poor things. Pieces of shit. Hey Joyce, you're not invisible. You're here, Joyce. How are you, my darling? Popping on grass. That was Rita's lawn, yes. Not disputing if that happens, but it's like what you got water balloons. You throw them against the trees and stuff or whatever, and they'll just burst. Or you could make a pin in it and chuck it, and then it'll just burst, type of thing. Hello, Paul. How are you, sir? Hope you're well. We just talked with the standouts. Good luck with them. You got loads of standouts coming this week. You're a busy guy. So shout out to you. Shop Mom, hello to you, my darling. Bungalow, hello, Bungalow. How are you? Scumbags is right. Shitbags is right. Such vile people. Mofos, absolutely. There. So these maggots are coming in the shadow of night, throwing stuff at lawns and gardens after Canton. Not the Canton, well, I mean, or residents of Canton that disagree with them. So we'll get some updates from Mr. Sweeney now. I'll give him a ring now. Mr. Sweeney, you're not online. You're more than welcome, Phil G. Mr. Sweeney.
Sir, how are you?
Good. You all right?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm doing my laundry with my whites and bleach right now to get them nice and clean.
There you go. I was just showing you pictures. Brenda showed me of your garden.
Yeah, that's not half of it. I ripped out half of the stuff that died already.
Man, that's not cool, dude. That's not good at all. So people at night just chucking bleach all over your garden, basically.
Yeah, I guess I got nothing else to do, so.
And just seen Rita's lawn as well. We just showed that as well. It's, oh my God, what's wrong with these people?
I don't know. It's ridiculous,
And
I just hope I don't catch him. I'll tell you right now, because I'm not going to be calling hell or Raffy if I catch him.
Well,
I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, she's not going to do anything. You know what I mean?
No, that's what people are saying. Call someone. Who you going to call? You going to call the cops? I got a lieutenant across from me. We got to come over and fix the problem?
No. And especially after you were last on the show saying about how people are like ignoring you guys now and stuff like that. It's just,
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But it's just added. It's just like, it's not nice of people. This is not human nature. Just because you have a different opinion,
And that's all it is, in my opinion. I've never once said who I thought did it or who, already. I haven't accused anybody who did. I don't know. I know the Karen didn't do it. That's all I say.
Yeah.
So if you're innocent, prove you're innocent. Come on,
Yeah. No, I got you.
We don't go around throwing people's lawns or anything,
Well, it's causing damage, and they say bad things about the standouts and like how it's not peaceful what you guys do, and it's like, well, first of all, it is peaceful, and second of all, you guys don't cause damage. Like you said before, and Peter Murphy said before, how you guys clean all your rubbish after yourselves. You just leave it in a better spot than when you arrived, and people then to do this, it's like, wow.
Even Peter went down to the Squantum standout after we did Legacy Play Sunday. He went down there. They had a nice standout down there. He got to his truck afterwards, and there's a dead pogey hanging underneath his truck with all flies and shit flying around.
Oh,
Peter
Murphy's.
At the last standout down in Quincy. Yeah.
Well, Peter never mentioned that to me. What?
He'll probably tell you. He'll tell you when he gets on.
Yeah. What's wrong with people? Do you know what I mean? It's very sad to hear all this. This is why I have you people, like blue collar people on the show, is we don't see any of this stuff. We see all the motions and stuff like that. We see, some of the standouts, but we don't hear about some of the torture you guys are getting from being local. It's just so unfair. I feel it's so sad. It's so sad.
It's really sad because you can't call anybody. There's nothing going to do anything. I went to court yesterday. General Donald, after the select board meeting right around there last week, a little over a week ago, she was driving by downtown Canton. She got pulled over in a car. She has a brand new car, 2024, and they said she was talking on the phone, which she wasn't. We went to the hearing yesterday, and the door was open. The magistrate said to Lee, and he's the prosecutor, and she wanted to bring somebody in with her as a witness, while they interview and tell the story. And the magistrate looked right at her. Was anybody in the car when you went on the phone? And she says, no. And nobody's allowed. Just us three. That's it. Nobody else. So they didn't want to hear her side of the story. But the thing is, with a cell phone, your phone gets locked as soon as you get in her car. So when you start the car, everything on your phone goes right to Bluetooth. There's no way you can talk on your phone.
Yeah.
Because she had the phone in her hand. They asked, did you have the phone in her hand? She couldn't remember if she had the phone in her hand. But even if she did, it don't matter. She wasn't talking on it because it's on Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And they still found her guilty. So now she's going to appeal it. We got to go to a judge next.
This is like...
It's ridiculous. No matter what courthouse you go to, you shit on, Doesn't matter.
You're gonna have Have you got cameras and stuff set up at home now?
I do have one ring camera, and I just got 2 more I'm putting up as I speak today. I'm putting 2 more up. So I'm going to have the whole front yard, side yard, my neighbor's yard, everything covered now. So they want to come do it again. God help them if I catch them. That's all I can say.
I know. Obviously, I'm so sorry to hear that he could do without this. Do you know what I mean? Because the thing is, I say this because you've always told me this. I always stick with this. You always say to me, I treat everyone like they treat me, or I treat everyone like they treat myself. So if you treat me well, I'll treat you well, and that's always stuck by with me. So to hear a lot of these things, you've never been nasty to anybody that I've heard of or anything. So, man, it's not nice for you or Brenda, you know. And imagine they come and Brenda's on her own. They could do anything into the house, you know. So it's not nice.
God help him.
But I was going to say, well, you better just be Brenda. Brenda will get the wooden spoon out, start hitting him. But no, as I say, I'm sorry to hear all this stuff. But again, if you didn't share this, Dennis, we wouldn't know about this stuff. It's saddening and it's maddening. But I'm grateful that you do share it, you know, because as I say, this is a side that we don't see, you know, and.
It's crazy. I mean, it's just you don't feel comfortable driving your car around town or anything anymore. I mean, you just don't know everywhere you go. You know. Well,
they're just going to get you for anything. It seems you're going to have cameras in your what do you call it, in your cars everywhere you go.
Yeah, that's coming now. That's next. You know, I have to have dash cam like they got. You know.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But like it just, It's I was going to say it's unbelievable. You never think this would happen, but nothing surprises me anymore.
No, I know it's crazy.
But you've been out though, moving away from that. But you've been out on some standouts recently. You see Brenda's pictures. I put them in the montage today. You've been out there every day on the standouts, still going strong.
Oh yeah, we're going to Taunton's Sunday morning, 10 to 12. We haven't been down that one. I think it's going to be a pretty big one Sunday because I don't think they're doing the other one we do in the afternoon. So I think everyone's going to head down there. Okay. And they're going to have a little time back at the Star Driver and driving it. Erica Madden knows she's going to have pizza for people to go and, you know, raise more money for Canada's defense fund. So it should be a good day.
There you go. Well, Tracy's just said she'll be at Taunton as well. And did you hear MJ? MJ said he's got your response ready for you, Mr. Sweeney.
He just texted me. He's coming to Canton. I said, "Don't make a special trip." He goes, "No, I'm coming to Canton today, anyways. I'll drop by your house."
There you go. You see, you got your. Yeah, he's a good man. So many people are good people here, and I need to reach out to Gary Titus as well to get him back on. And there's so many people I don't know that I'd love to speak to, you know, in this movement as well. You know, I need to reach out to more people to try and get them on the show a little bit more.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, definite. Because I love.
Gary's great to talk to, you know.
Yeah. No, well, everyone I speak to, that's why I get you all back on. You're great to speak to, and I'm learning so much from all of you. I just need to, as I say, reach out to more people so we can get, you know, to understand a little bit more of what's going on.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But
we're going strong. We got no quit deal. We're not going to stop no matter what they do. They can burn the house down. I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep going till we get her free, you know.
God, no quit. I love it. Did you thank Brenda for me for all the photos this morning as well?
I did. She's here. Yep. She's out doing some work on the computer.
There you go. She's keeping busy. She's keeping busy. Good day. Good day. But still keeping you in line as well, Dennis. I like that about Brenda. She can keep you in line, out of trouble.
She's the best.
Yeah. But one last question for you then. How far is the courthouse in Dedham from, you know, where you live? You driving 10 minutes.
10-15 minutes. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, because I wasn't sure how close it was, but so it's doable for you then because you're there every morning doing trial very early. So you know.
We haven't missed any.
No.
Any of the Canton 9. We've been to just about all the Canton 9, Curran's, and then Aiden's. Everyone at Aiden's I've been going to too, and Brenda too. You know.
It's a full-time job then.
Yeah, it is. It is actually. week, you know. You got to check your calendar. If you're retired, I work harder now than I ever did when I worked.
Oh, I love it, though. I love it. It keeps you busy, keeps you out of trouble. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, right, I'll leave you to it. I've got Peter Murphy on next, so I'm
All right. I'm looking forward to hearing from my friend. I talked to him this morning, as a matter of fact.
There you go. There you go. I'll have to ask him about the creature they put him on his car, but he's in chat somewhere anyway. So, Dennis, love you and leave you, my brother, and thank you so much for your time. I'll speak to you soon.
I love you too, and we'll catch you later.
Yeah, ciao, buddy. Take care.
Have a great day.
And you too. There you go. All right, Peter, give me a couple of minutes, and I'll be phoning you in a second. Oh, just need a little bit of water, a bit of coffee here. Hello, Toots. How are you? Hope you're all well. Hope everyone's well. I hope you're enjoying some of these local knowledge and stuff like that. I mean, I love these people, all of them that we're having on. I love them all. They're great. And what I should do next time is make sure that if you guys have questions, we get questions in the chat. But I just enjoy listening to them. They're great people, great people. And so, final one here, final one of the day for us people. The myth, the man, the legend, Peter Murphy. Let me just get comfortable. Let me get the banner up ready. Oh, I forgot to put the banner up for Dennis. Damn. Let me type it up first then. Oh, darling. No, why am I doing Dennis now? Wait, don't need Dennis now. We got ex-sergeant. Oh, you just got Peter Murphy. On the phone, Peter Murphy. Close academic. Latest is, I think there's been 5 jurors come forward, 6 if you count the one from Aiden. The trials, the hearings on Monday. And Bev's presiding, so we'll know more Monday. So there's not really much to say, if I'm being honest with you. Monday is when we'll hear everything. So yeah, so again, there's not much. You all missed anything. There's no latest at all. We're just talking to some of the local people here now. SRA, hello, Peter. All right, Peter Murphy, if you're, I'm ringing you now, Peter.
Hello.
Hey, Peter, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. How are you?
I'm very well, Peter. Thank you. It's lovely because Dana and MJ were having difficulty, so I'm glad we got straight through to you. Yes, it's lovely to hear you, my friend.
Oops. Dylan, it's always great to talk to you. I've been listening to the show since you kicked it out this morning at 9 o'clock. You got El Jefe on at 0930 hours, and he sounds like he's slowly recovering from his bout of the virus, which is good to hear.
Yes.
I listened to MJ and Dana and Judge Sweeney, Honorable Judge Sweeney. You know the story with that, right?
Well, it dresses up as Bev.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's so many people, Dylan, that I could reference right now. You as well, as far as people who have been in this movement, who mistakenly, I guess, or maybe legitimately bought into the story and the narrative that was being told back on the 29th and 30th and of 22, and then it became apparent as more information came out and real evidence that we were being told a false narrative. And there is no I in the word team. And I can tell you right now that there's hundreds of people dedicated to justice because they know damn well it could be them or somebody in their family. And we're going to fix this. We ain't got no quit.
No, and you definitely don't have any quit. You're always at all these standouts and everything. You're everywhere, Peter. Every time I see photos, you're in them. Or so it seems.
One of our phones cut out. You said something about no quit, and then I didn't hear the rest. And you said it seems. So I lost a little piece of that middle.
No, it's fine. I'll repeat it. I was going to say it seems that you definitely don't have any quit, Peter, because all these standouts, you seem to be at every single one of them, or you're in every picture, it seems.
I make as many as I can. I can tell you last week, there were several times we did something on Shawmut Road, 45 Shawmut Road, which was the DA's office. There was 60 people there, and the temperature on my truck was 97 degrees. 97.
Wow.
And then again, it was 97 that was on Friday, I believe. And then on Sunday, I did a double. I did Dedham. It was 97, and then I went down to Quincy. And although I didn't put a line in the water, I caught a fish.
You caught a fish without putting a line in the water?
Yeah, it ended up on my truck.
Oh, Dennis mentioned. So this is fine. This is what Dennis mentioned because we spoke to Dennis about the whole bleach on his grass and the garden and stuff, and he mentioned that you had this. So what was under your truck or something?
Yeah, it was. See, we know from the outset, going back a year and a half ago, that the other side did a lot of reconnaissance. They did a lot of research nefariously, and to get some background information on where people lived and what they drove for cars. So the very fact that they knew there was a standout in Quincy, obviously, the parking facility that was available to us across the street became free game for them to go in and screw with cars. I guess mine was the only one that was, how would I say it, affected. But I don't know of anybody else having any other problems. But in the past, there's been going way back to the fall of 23, or was it 22? There was standouts over Route 95, and I'm not going to mention what it was for security reasons, but there was some serious altering of people's motor vehicles that could have caused serious injury or death.
What's wrong with these people? What's wrong with people?
I don't know. I really don't know. My famous expression, perhaps ironically related to the fish story that I just related to you, is that, going backpedaling a little bit, we know Aiden had that incident a couple of weeks ago, tragically on or around when he lost his mother, of a turtle being hung, I guess, on the railing. And now it was my turn in the barrel with the fish. But these people don't have any moral compass.
They're picking on decent human beings. You've done your duty in Canton. You protected the residents of Canton for many years, and this is how they treat you back. It's disheartening. It's disheartening to listen to this because you're a good man, Peter Murphy, a very good man for what you do, and I know you're a decent person that will help anybody out. So to hear this is it's frustrating. Dennis Sweeney, lovely guy. Why are people doing this to Dennis Sweeney and Rita and all these people? Just because of a different opposing view, So, yeah.
No, for sure. I heard just moments ago, I heard Dennis relate to you the story about Jen O'Donnell. Jen O'Donnell has got fire in the belly. She's been very outspoken at the select board meetings over the last year and a half or so. Tells it like it is. She knows a lot more than she is letting on right now as far as what else is going on behind the scenes in that town. And I'm not going to be the one to let that out of the bag. But I can tell you that I went to court the other day to to support Jen, as did about 15 or 18 other people. And I tried to get into the hearing room with the Canton police prosecutor and the assistant magistrate, I guess, to hear her hearing on the motor vehicle citation that she received for hands-free violation, which, she looked me right in the eye and she said, Peter, I'm not guilty of that charge. I'm being targeted. This is harassment. And I've spent many, many hours, many days, weeks time in citation hearings, in appeals. And 99% of the time, if a person doesn't have a lengthy driving record, Dylan, the court rules in their favor, because it's going to be costly for them to attend the court hearing, costly to go to the before the judge, another day off from work or whatever, or child care expenses. And then they're going to get a surcharge on their insurance for the moving violation. So, I mean, it's a big money ticket, and it's wrong. In most communities, it's usually the way, if a person doesn't have a lengthy driving record and they can articulate that they're driving a 2024 vehicle that automatically defaults to Bluetooth so they can't even talk on their phone, then do the math. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that she was probably innocent of the charges that were brought against her. And it just flies in the face. It's like when Aiden was arrested in front of his children on the school bus. And I can speak to many, many other cases that have been told to me ongoing in Canton, where harassment and intimidation and actually violation of the Fourth Amendment, illegal search and seizure. People are getting stopped without just cause. Oh, you're speeding. No, I wasn't speeding. Oh, your tail light's out. No, my tail light's not out. I mean, it's not the law enforcement career that I selected back in the late 70s. I can tell you that.
It's, speaking of Dennis Sweeney, you're saying about how he now has to get multiple cameras, in his house, just because of people attacking his house. He's going to have to get cameras in his car now, dash cams and everything. What a world are we living in, Peter, that we have to do this now to protect ourselves against local residents and local police force that are there to protect you. But you have to do it now. It's very saddening to hear that. And I got a question here from LC. And you may or may not be able to answer this, but she's asking, how are cameras not picking up any of this and leading to arrests? Because cameras work both ways. Do you know what I mean? Do Canton police have on camera body cams and stuff like that, or not?
I believe that they are in the middle of a request for grant money or funding from the select board to start a pilot program with those cameras. But I don't have receipts for that. As far as the status of what the body cams are, status is with the Canton police right now. I mean, 2.5 years post murder of a police officer on another police officer's lawn, you would think they would have drones in the air and body cameras and dash cameras and, live closed circuit TV, on their lapels. And where are we 2.5 years later? We're working details at Gillette Stadium. That's where the that's where the commitment is. And the select board, they're going in the wrong direction. They're shutting down comment periods. They're going to Zooms. It's incredible. It's just amazing. And the glimmer of hope I have, and it's the only way I can sleep at night, and people come to me all the time and say, Peter, are you sure? Are you sure? Is that I have talked to Josh Levy. I've talked to several of his agents. I had an open line with them, and I firmly believe that they have been on this case as a result of being on prior cases through the DA's office and wiretaps and confidential informants, dating back to at least the Bridgemore case, which as you probably have heard, was just recently deemed a homicide and not a suicide. And it could go well beyond that. And I think Sean touched on a North Shore case today that got kicked around between 3 jurisdictions, and then the police didn't show up. So basically, it was a bag job. It's just amazing. And I wrote an article, Dylan, to the Board of Selectmen that went through the Canton Citizen, and that's another story. But basically, I quoted a Canton document which said the Select Board is comprised of the chief elected and executive officers of the town of Canton, and they are responsible for the oversight and the deliverance of all the general municipal services, including public safety. First one out of the box. And then it goes on to say, in addition, they are responsible for the appointment of all department heads of these agencies. So I have tried to explain to these select board members that there's millions of dollars of civil litigation that's coming their way. And they still dig their heels in and had the ACLU tell them a couple of months ago that they couldn't close down the public forum for people to come in and speak. I mean, are they emboldened or are they just overdosing on stupid pills?
Yeah, it seems it. I mean, and Dennis Sweeney says they can't even find Ford Eggshell, never find bleach balloons. And Dana says that the article you wrote, Peter, was amazing. To the select board. It's I want to go back a second though, Peter, right? Because you mentioned something, right? And I don't know what you mean, and maybe some people here don't know. But you said a bag job about the 3 police forces. What does a bag job mean?
Well, there was a incident up in the North Shore that Sean touched on, and basically there was a subject, an individual, a victim, who was beaten about the face so severely that he had to have multiple surgeries to reconstruct the bony masses in his face and tissue. The case ended up going from Essex County to Norfolk County and then back to Middlesex County. I've never heard of such a thing other than perhaps a change of venue because somebody said they couldn't get a fair trial. The point I was making when I said it was a bag job was that as it bounced from jurisdiction to jurisdiction and county to county, at some point, the police officers in the case would have had to come in and testify against the perpetrators of the crime. Well, apparently they didn't show up, is what I've been told.
Okay.
So the perpetrators went free.
Jeepers, do you mean?
So that's a bag job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And now, as I said, Jen O'Donnell has to go through a trial with a judge in a couple of weeks, which I'm sure there'll be a lot of us in attendance again. And what I started to say earlier, and I think I got off track, was in 99% of the cases I was familiar with, is that if somebody showed up and they weren't going 130 miles an hour, or they didn't drive through somebody's backyard and take down a clothesline, something really drastic, certainly this case merits a reasonable doubt, and the magistrate or assistant magistrate the other day should have found her not responsible. Instead, she's paying court costs, and she could risk, a blemish on her, what she said was a absolutely clean driving record.
Yeah, it sounds like it sounds like it's something dirty is happening. But when you add everything up, you see, Peter, when you add like the Canton 9, what's going on with Aidan, that with Jen now, other cases with Jessica Machado, what happened to her with Grant and stuff like that, and then what's happened with Curran, and then when you put all these things together, it sounds like it's a Hollywood blockbuster movie. It doesn't seem real that all this can happen, but it doesn't make sense, because like in anywhere else that was decent, the Canton 9 would have been dealt with by now. Aidan would have been dealt with by now, wherever the outcomes are. But as you say, Jen would never have. She may have, I don't know, been given a ticket, but nothing would have been. You don't go to court for something like that. I've never heard of anything like this before. It just doesn't seem real that these things happen. Back in your day, going more into your day now, we talk about Jem, but these things was it this bad? I'm trying to get my words correctly here. I don't want to offend anybody or say things wrong, but do you look back in your time there and think none of these things happened back in my day, or is this something new, or did it happen back in your day as well? All these like Aiden free speeches stand out in the sense of people being arrested for them and stuff like that. Has anything changed, or is it just a recent thing?
Well, I guess I could answer that in part A and part B.
Yeah.
I mean, I was never aware of any serious improprieties by the departments, two of which I worked for over the course of my career. And if there was an impropriety, wrongdoing, misdeed, or even a crime committed by an officer, it was dealt with immediately. And I could at some point speak to those, and perhaps when the audit gets kicked off, I will sit in on that audit, and I will unpeel the onion going back to the 70s. And although statute of limitations have obviously run out, Dylan, I can articulate a lot of history that I'm familiar with on that department. And but getting back to answering the question, if something was wrong, it was addressed by if nobody else, by me. And there were many times I went to the chief of police, of which I worked for several over my career, and I also went to the select board. And here's a quick example. We had a 60% failure rate of our firearms back in the mid 80s. We had what they call revolvers, Dylan, which means a wheel gun. Cylinder turns around in a circle. It lines a bullet up with a firing pin. It hits the firing pin, strikes the center of the bullet, and it sends it down the barrel. Mm-hmm. And because of the heat generated from these 357 Magnums, the metallurgy and the steel and the weapons was compromised from the extreme heat and vibration and shock of these bullets. We had a 60% failure rate at the range. And I went to the chief. I had just made sergeant. This was 1988. Now, the range officer, ironically, didn't go to him. Well, he knew where his bread was buttered, and he kept his mouth shut. Don't make waves. Mm-hmm. Well, that's not how I roll. Yeah. So I went to the chief and told him the story. And actually, while I was in his office, the range officer called in on the radio and said, "Hey, we just had another gun failure up here. Would you send a gun up?" The chief said, "Here, I'll send Bessie up." He took his Magnum that he carried when he was on duty and gave it to me and said, "Here, run this up to, have somebody run this up to the range. Do you know that gun failed as well?" And I ended up having to file a grievance because of public safety and safety of the officers, because our guns couldn't protect ourselves or the public. Wow. And you know what the comment was back to me?
No.
Peter, we didn't take this job to have to shoot a gun.
Wow.
Now, there had been a shootout in town in the past at a bank robbery, bullets flying all around Cobb's Corner, which was an area up at the Stoughton-Sharon line. And I mean, that's just one of many, many, many stories that I could tell you. And I was going to speak at the town meeting and get up and say I had done extensive research. I had gone to Boston Police, Moon Island, where they were training under the new weapon system, Glock pistols. And I was shut down by the department and told as a direct order, you will not talk about our gun situation on the floor of town meeting.
Jeepers. Yeah. That... I mean, first of all, that shows me how an honest guy you are. You put a complaint in about something, because not many people would do that. So you did the right thing. It's just, man, I'm not surprised, but to hear that is, again, disheartening. You're just a bit, what's going on with this world? Yeah, I mean, part of your job is to shoot. You need to protect yourselves. Yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine what you had to go through. I can only imagine some of the stuff that you saw that you probably were like, this is not right, and trying to fix it. But you can't fix everything on your own, Peter. That's the problem, I think.
Well, the point is, Dylan, it's the old story. What did you know? When did you know it? And what did you do about it? Now, that goes all the way up. That goes all the way up to 1600 Pennsylvania Ave, if you want to look at the big picture nationally. But certainly it goes on. It goes through the police departments of all these 351 municipalities in the state. And what did I know and when did I know about it? I went to people immediately and was fluffed off or told, we didn't take the job to have to shoot a gun, or don't tell me it didn't happen on my watch. It happened on hers. That was a felony. And the next day I went to I said, you don't want to take this report? Nope. Didn't happen on my watch. Well, that's bullshit. Excuse the language.
No,
it's crazy.
fine.
You're a police officer. You're sworn to uphold the law, serve and protect. It didn't happen on your watch. The answer should have been to me, Peter, give me a report in writing right away. At the end of this private detail, go into the department and write up a to from. No, it was, don't talk to me about it. Tell her. And nothing happened. I did tell her the next day. I put it in writing, and it went south. And that's going to come out. And there's a litany of other things. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, and this is why it gets perpetuated. And an officer gets jammed up in a police department. He transfers to another department, or she transfers because another department says, "Oh, Chief of Canton, what, why is this officer leaving your department after 27 years?" Oh, I don't know. I guess these kids are growing up, and he has a lot of equity in his house, or she does, and they want to sell their house. Well, the rest of the story doesn't follow that officer, so they get rehired.
Yeah,
and it just parlays from there, and you're going to see that, and you're going to hear that with this Birchmore case, and maybe the Reed case.
There's a lot, isn't there? I don't whenever Sean's on, we go into stuff by the FBI and all that intrinsic stuff. I obviously don't speak about it because I don't feel educated enough to speak about that stuff. But Sean tells me offline and online about it's all coming down. You're going to see a lot more. This is the tip of the iceberg at the minute. So I'm intrigued to see what does come out of Birchmore, Curran Reed, and all the other cases as well. Do you think I know you may not be able to speak about this, but in terms of you've got the Brian Walsh trial, so obviously Trooper Proctor was, there's obviously some people involved like Proctor and a few other people with Curran Reed, Birchmore, and obviously with Brian Walsh. And how do you think some of the Proctor elements and some of the Eucanic and all them, how is that maybe going to impact what they did for the Curran Reed trial with the Brian Walsh trial? Because obviously the lead investigator was Proctor for both of them. Now he's on the way out or allegedly being sacked. Will that have an impact, do you think, on that trial at all?
I would suggest to you, the answer would be yes.
Yeah.
I would think that there will be a lot of cases, just as there was with a situation a few years back where there was a woman that worked in the drug lab here in Massachusetts, and it became common knowledge, and she was exposed for improprieties with the drug testing, and a lot of those cases came forward, were brought back, and they were dismissed. And I can't, I can't speak to what's going to happen out of this.
No.
That would probably be a better question for, Mark Betterow or Melanie or one of the attorneys. But it would appear to me, I know if I had a family member that was involved with the people that you just mentioned with the district attorney's office and had been found guilty, I would certainly be banging the pan to bring those cases back and revisit them.
So, because you've never experienced an officer like Trooper Proctor be doing what he did and get dragged off the job like he did. Like this is just to explain to you, this is not normal, is it?
Well, let me put it this way, Dylan. I've explained to you in the last 20 minutes what is normal or what is not reported. Could be it could be a sequel. It could be a 2-page story, you know?
Yes.
I don't know what's normal, because if it doesn't get reported, then it's not abnormal. So unfortunately, I would suggest to you there are many good Canton police officers on the job right now, but none of them have been able to come out because there would be targets on their back, and they would be chastised, scrutinized. Their careers would basically be in the tank, and they may even find themselves being disciplined and fired for something that, you know, was unjustified. So to speak to what you said, what's normal could very well appear to be abnormal because nobody dares to report it.
No, and that's a very good answer. I like that answer. You're right though, because that spot on. I got a couple of questions here I want to get to as well, because Dennis Sweeney says, what's the Albert situation now? Is it being swept under the rug? Do you know what he means by that?
Is he speaking to Kevin Albert's situation?
Possibly. He just says that Albert situation.
I think he's speaking to the fact that Detective Kevin Albert was put on paid administrative leave back in the first week of June. I think it was within a day or two after Proctor basically testified in court about some cold case after investigation antics down the Cape. And I think that brought Kevin Albert's name into the arena, which brought him into a paid administrative leave. So evidently he's been getting paid for now 6 weeks to stay home. And you're telling me that the investigation is still ongoing or open. I don't know where his status is right now, whether he's still under investigation, whether maybe it's gone to civil service and the selectmen, like many of the other cases, the pedestrians struck in the crosswalk, etc., have sat on this. Maybe there's more to the case that's current and being kept from the public and me and anyone else right now. I can't speak to where the case sits.
No, that's fine. And Dennis did confirm, it was that what he meant. We got SRA saying, Peter, have you heard of any nervousness within the McAlbert group?
Well, I can assure you they don't call me and tell me they're nervous. I can perceive, perhaps by the flurry of activity and now the bleach being spewed around town on the free Curran Reed supporters, that things are escalating. And if you want to interpret that as them being nervous or their supporters being nervous, we will see. I think I think it's long overdue that the feds start rounding people up and putting them in jail and arresting them. My understanding is there's all kinds of secret sealed indictments on the Reed case and the Birchmore case stacked up on a desk, just waiting for the bus to start at 3 a.m. and go around knocking on doors. What are they waiting for? I don't know. There's a lot of people that are coming to me right now, and it's on the posts and on the threads that people are in Canton are more anxious and fearful than they were a year ago. And the selectmen are doing nothing, not a damn thing, to quell the division and the angst in the town. If nothing else, they're fueling it by shutting down public comments and renewing contracts for people that should be under scrutiny.
I'm with you. And Paul Christopher was in the chat. He says they've just put up another Karen Reed's guilty sign. And says it's coming down as we speak, he says. So yeah, that's the McAlberts. Right. Hang on. Yeah, so Erin Hack was asking, do you live in Canton or nearby town? Do you used to live in Canton, Peter? Or what's not that you have to say where you live in now or anything, but you don't live in Canton anymore, do you?
No, I reside in the town for most of my life. I do not live in town there anymore.
No.
that I can, that I can speak to.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to go into anything like that. That was it, because I thought you had moved away from there. Right, we got Dana then said, "Dylan, has Peter got any new updates from Proctor? Because obviously his case was on yesterday. Have you heard anything since yesterday?" Dana's asking.
I have not heard anything. It was I actually saw something that his case was on yesterday, and then I saw again something I think last night that it was on for today. So I can't speak to any for sure which day his case was on, and in fact what the outcome may have been. Maybe it's before their review board. I do know that at some point within the state police rank and file that you when you run out of rope and you run out of line, he certainly appears to be close to that because he's administratively off the job without pay, and I believe they've revoked his privileges of an automobile provided by the Commonwealth. It's called a court-martial, which would be the final phase in termination of any state trooper, and I don't know how close he is to that right now, but I would think the pressure that's on Governor Healy right now has got to be immense. Her next term of election, and she knows it, is right now on the bubble as far as whether she's going to see another term because people are irate over this case.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, obviously, to finish off now, I just wanted to speak about Monday as well. And you obviously, the hearing for Curran Reid is on Monday. What are you going down to watch it? To go into court, or what's your plans for Monday?
Well, hopefully, yes. To answer your question right out of the box, yes, I'm going to be there. Hopefully, the judge will allow this hearing at 2:00 to be in the main courtroom, which means there'll be seats for over 100 people, regardless of which side you favor. There's over 100 seats in these benches. If you have to go into that small courtroom that you watch the trial in, it's going to be very difficult for many people, if any, to get in there. And I have no clue what courtroom that's going to be in. And I've asked a couple of people close to the case, and at this point, they didn't have an answer for me. So
that's fine.
But yes, I'll be there. I would assume there'll be a huge turnout. And I've been told and read some stuff that there's going to be a turnout or participants from the other side wearing specific colored shirts with logos on them. I just pray that, and I know it won't come from our side because I have been on many standouts, and I've seen antagonism directed at the Curran Reid supporters by the other side, and nobody reacts violently. So I assume the state police is going to have a plethora of personnel on site, on scene for Monday, as well as probably other departments, because if you put the vitriol between 3 feet apart from each other at the foot of the steps to that courthouse, it could not be viewed as a smart option for the court and for the Commonwealth.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to play a quick video here. You can't hear this, Peter, but I'll play it and I'll explain to you. It's a 1-minute, 20-second video for the chat. If you indulge me for a second, Peter, I want to play it because this is exactly what you just said now about. So, as I say, you won't be able to hear it yourself, but I'll explain to you what it is after we watched it. If that's okay, Peter?
Go ahead.
Right, just for the rest of you, this is what Peter's on about here. This is what Kevin had to say on his show the other night. So hang on.
We'll be in Kenton. Come talk to us on film. We're going to have a couple of camera crews there. And I'm not there to tell you what I think. I'm there to hear what you think. Whatever side you're on. As long as you're reasonable and respectful, come and tell us. And I don't need, so I talked to the people from Unsolved Mysteries today, and they are interested in the footage that we're going to take because their camera crews have gone home. So come talk to us. And I'm going to send that material off to them, and maybe they'll use it. We'll see how good it comes out. As long as so if we get good interviews, they are interested in it. So come and tell your story. Tell us why you believe Karen is innocent, why you believe she's guilty, why you think this case is important, why you think maybe the witnesses are being intimidated. Come and talk to us. And I think it'll be very interesting. So I'll be there with Dave McGrath, and there'll be some other people with us too that are going to join us, and we'll see how it goes. But I think it should be and we are also going to stream this too. So Tom will be manning.
What that was, Peter, was Kevin Plevin, from Yellow Cottage Tale. He made a video on Twitter saying he's bringing a film crew with him on. Him and Dave McGrath are bringing film crews with them on Monday, and they're going to be live streaming, and also they're going to be they're encouraging people to go and speak to them, and they want to make like a video out of it and try and sell it to some of the company, basically. But it goes in hand what you're saying about, like, they're going to be out there, they're going to try and antagonize people. They got cameras all set up. I would highly, highly hope that no one goes anywhere near them, and just leaves them to it, because they're going to want a reaction, and they're going to want to put it on camera, and they're going to have cameras there. So it just goes in line with your message, really, of just leave them, don't get near them, don't engage with them. Kevin is 100% looking for a fight. He wants to make money out of this. He wants to sell this video, and the way he sells it is to make sure that there's some fights, or makes it look bad on Curran and the silent protesters that have done a great job up until now. So I know you didn't hear it, Peter, but is that the right kind of message we're doing? Don't engage, Peter.
No, that's 100% correct what you just said, and to reiterate what you said, I can speak firsthand that when the intimidation of the witness complaints started to get thrown around like frisbees against the Canton Nine and many other people that were involved in this case, when we would stand on the steps of the courthouse, Superior Court, 40, 60 people strong, the way they had it delineated down there was yellow tape, and we would stand on the right side, and then on the left side, which was an open stairway left open, the Commonwealth people would show up at 5 minutes to 9. Now we've been standing in the cold since 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. AM in the morning, in a wind chill of probably minus 20. Your feet were so cold you couldn't feel them. We were there since 6 o'clock to make sure that we were one of the, I'm not going to say selected few, but just numbers wise, able to get into the courtroom to hear the hearings. The Commonwealth side would march in at 5 minutes to 9, having gotten out of their toasty warm cars, and walk right up beside us 2 or 3 feet away and go in. And we've been there since 3 hours, and they walked in 5 minutes before the hearing. Point of my story is, we agreed, and we did it in unison. We turned our backs on them because we didn't want any allegations that under our breath or somebody mouthed something nefarious or threatening to them. So by turning our backs and our faces on them and not acknowledging them at all, we shut them right down.
Yeah, and well, that's the only way you can do it. So don't engage people. You'll be there. Dennis Sweeney, everyone's going to be there. Just remember, people just want a soundbite. They just want anything to make everybody look bad. So just
But before we end, I just want to say this. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
I want to bring up the point that several weeks ago, a friend of mine called me, and he said to me, and this gentleman has serious credentials. He's retired now from law enforcement, and he said to me, "There's going to be a problem." He said, "There's a group of people known to you and me standing out in front of D&E, and there's going to be a problem." So about 10 minutes went by, and he called me back. And he said, "Well, the problem has arrived." He said, "Aiden is crossing the street, and they're going after him." And that's when he was assaulted. Aiden was assaulted, and complaints, I believe, have gone to court, two assault and battery complaints. The point I'm going to make is there was also a threat, a verbal threat that was made against Aiden. which I don't know if that has gone to court. But the main concerning information that I want to relate to you is that it took 17 to 21 minutes, I've been told, for the police response to arrive in the center of Canton to deal with what could be a very volatile and emotionally charged, situation, adversarial situation. We know who the players are. It took them 17 minutes to send a couple of 4 cruisers from all over town when the furthest distance, air miles or road miles, is 1.5 miles or 2 miles in most cases. 17 minutes. The question I ask is, it was a 911 call placed by Aiden. Was it because it was Aiden Kearney that they didn't respond, or is there something really bad with the 911 system and the organizational plan in that police department that if I lived in the town, it took 17 minutes for a police response for a 911 call, an emergency, I'd be damn concerned about that. I haven't seen anything that there's been an investigation, that the police has ordered reports from everybody, the chief. So, how do you fix what's broken if you're part of the problem?
Yeah.
And the favorite statement I have, and I'll leave you with this, is a fish rots from the head down. In other words, if it's broken on top, it's going to permeate through the department.
Yeah, that's a really good saying. I've never heard that saying before, but that's a really good saying, Peter. I will end it on this, right? There was a statement made about you just now by MJ Gaglio, and the statement was liked by everybody. They say, we need more Peter Murphys on that job, in life in general. Thumbs up. And I think that's a really nice sentiment to finish this stream off with you, because if there were more Peter Murphys in the world, we'd be a much better place. So, Peter, with that, thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to have you back on another time, because you're very interesting. There's so many stories that you have that we'd love to hear more of. But for now, we'll cut it there, and we'll have you on another time if you're willing to come on, Peter.
Certainly willing to come on. I want to thank MJ for that comment and all the likes, supporting my effort, Sean's effort, all the honest police officers that are out there. Although, for the reasons we've already discussed, they're unable to voice their opinions right now out of fear of retaliation within the department. But we ain't got no quit. And thank you for the support. And this isn't going to go away anytime soon. I just hope the feds come in sooner than later, because it is escalating, and the selectmen have chosen the wrong course of action. That is no action.
Yeah. And that's a great way to stop it, Peter. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll be in touch soon. Speak to you soon, Peter.
All right. I'm going to look forward to seeing you guys Monday morning. You'll be jumping on the air at what, 8 o'clock in the morning?
No,
that's right, 2 o'clock. You're coming on in the afternoon.
We're coming on at 1 o'clock, so we'll be here at 1. So we'll see you then, Peter.
All right, you stay well. Have a great weekend, and thank you for the opportunity to speak with people here.
No, it's fine. Anytime. Peter Murphy, thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Ta-ra now.
Bye-bye. Bye, go.
That was Peter Murphy. Thank you, Peter. Brian, how are you, sir? LTL Media, how are you, sir? Killing it on the streets at the minute, Brian. Some great interviews you had recently. Hope everything's well with you, my friend. There you go, MJ. Ended it on yours. Ended on your quote. We ain't going no quit. Hey, Shelby. Yeah, we had Sean. Sean's been on. We've had a loads of guests. I'll put timestamps in, Shelby, so you can have a look at it and go to wherever you want to go to and listen to them. But I suggest you listen to them all. They're great people, all different people. I love it. Tyson and Larry, as always, were very... Tyson was very quiet today, but Larry is Larry, Right, people. I'm not going to carry on much longer. Going to end the stream in a second, but just a reminder, on Monday, got covering the hearing. Myself and Sean will be here covering inside the court. I believe you got Tom and you got Brian, I believe, is going to be outside the court from about 1. And then on Tuesday, I hope that we'll be covering the Black Swan trial as well. So if anyone wants to come on and pop in, say hello, or if you want to do your thing, come and watch a new trial with us. It'll probably be about 7 or 8 days the trial will last for. It's about a murder trial, self-defense trial. A young lady killed her husband, but the argument is, was it self-defense or not? So, with that, I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I'm going to try and chillax, relax, and all that, and then finish it. So, again, thank you so much. Lovely to see so many of you here around here. And Paul, good luck on the weekend, Paul, as well, with all the standouts. And thanks for all the work that you do, Paul. We everyone appreciates it. I didn't understand how hard you guys worked, so I will be going to work. Okay. So with that, everybody, I'm going to play the outro. Take care of yourselves. And thanks again to all my guests today and all of you. Bye-bye. Take care. Wrong fucking outro. Hang on. You don't want that again. Hang on, that was the wrong one. Where's it? Here it is.